Welcome back to Mama's Garage. It's been 2 whole months, maybe even more before I post this. Today, I'm joined by one of my oldest friends in the world, Ethan Retz.
Hello.
How you doing, dude?
I'm all right.
All
Pretty
right.
good.
Enough with that host banter. Let's get to it.
All right.
We had some technical difficulties leading up. Luckily, we're coming to you with fucking great live audio now. But if I hadn't figured out what was wrong, it would have been just like crunchy ass shit if I had chose to record today. But we're good. We're doing just fine. But I was wondering, I was gonna record this, but then I just ran out of time to get the camcorder set up. It's gonna take a whole process. I'm probably gonna reserve that first one for Max and I, though. No,
That is so fair.
no shade, no shade at all.
No, you're good.
Okay. Well, tell me that basketball stat again. It's March. It's
Okay,
March.
yeah,
We're doing
so-
March Madness.
Yeah, so Alabama and Duke, for the basketball fans out here, they just moved on to the Elite Eight, and they're
Oh.
facing each other.
I did not realize that. I know how the brackets work, but I just don't really know how
Yeah,
the fucking the politics of basketball really work.
and just a few minutes ago, I saw a stat on Instagram. The last time that Alabama beat Duke, the Knicks did not exist.
It was 95 years ago.
95 whole years.
So 2030. Sorry, 1930.
Dude, that's like a lot of pregnancies.
That yeah. How many would that be? So 9. So it'd be like a, I don't know. That's 133.
It's a bad time to be an Alabama
Fuck
fan.
it. I'm getting my calculator out up, dude.
It's just insane. I mean,
That is insane. What is it? 100? So we'll do 1,200 months. So 1200 divided by 9. That was good math. 133.333 repeating.
That is incredible, man.
I can't believe I fucking did that. Or I'm lying to you guys, and I made Ethan lie for me as well, and it's actually like 20 or something like that.
Yeah.
No, it's 133.333 repeating. We're good. All right. Well, like I said, you're one of my oldest friends, and I want to first of all, we were going to talk about the Royal Rumble, but I think a good way to get into it is that you and I were big time wrestling fans, like we'll call it 10 years ago, probably. Well, more than that, because it was like 2012, 2013, something like that.
We're old, dude.
Yeah,
This is
that's
crazy.
true. And back when we had our trampoline out in the backyard, right behind you, it was right behind my room. I forget, it was you party fouled me.
I zigzagged you and then party fouled you so hard.
It was crazy. Like,
Oh my
I didn't,
gosh.
I'm the bigger brother in my family, and so we always take it as, back then at least, as hard as I was willing to take it, because Max is so small compared to me forever. So I didn't really know what it was like to be pummeled around.
Yeah, I've always
And
been bigger.
You fucking got me, dude.
Yeah, so, dude, Dolph Ziggler and I think it's Adam Cole. They're both not in the WWE anymore.
Really, Dolph Ziggler's not in there now?
Yeah, he's been in TNA for a bit. But,
He's one of my favorites.
Yeah, crazy. But yeah, dude, those moves were so fun to do. I always did them on anyone when I could. When I was pulling in, I was like, dude, I think the trampoline was like right here.
Yeah. Well, actually, that's a pretty dicey situation in my house, because the other day when I say the other day, I mean like probably October. I dismantled the trampoline without telling anybody, and I couldn't get so like the circle frame itself, all of that shit was like locked in for good, for life, and I couldn't get it. It was bad. But it's like maybe 12 and a half feet in diameter, something like that. So it's like twice my height, so I can't stand it up without being on like a ladder or something. And once I did, I like rolled it across the yard and put it against the mini barn. And then when Max got home, he was like, I didn't think he'd see it, but then the first thing he said to me was, "Where the fuck is the trampoline? What the fuck happened to the trampoline, dude? Where the fuck's that at?" And I was like, I took care of it. It's hazardous. We haven't gone on it in 2 fucking years. It's hard to mow around. It's becoming an obstruction to our yard. Yeah. And he's like, put it back together. And so I did. And you know how long it took me to put it back together?
Probably hours.
37 minutes. It's such a shitty trampoline.
Still too long.
I know. It took less time to put it together than it took to tear it down. I swear to God.
Put it back together.
They put it back together. Like every spring.
That's insane.
Jerry Springer. God, but yeah, that trampoline.
So many memories.
So many memories.
Dude.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. Did I fall off of your trampoline or mine? I like fell pretty hard.
I have a lot of memories of plenty of my friends from the ages of 8 to like 14 of people just eating shit off trampolines.
I was
Max,
probably in the group.
Max one time he knocked his front teeth like into the world because he lost his 2 front teeth.
Holy
and then he banged his gums off the trampoline once at a birthday party, and then he had a 4-tooth gap for like a few months, and then his teeth grew in at like a diagonal. So from like 9 to like 11, it's bad. It's bad range of numbers. He had like buck teeth for a while. Now he's handsome. He's
handsome.
He's
guy.
much handsome boy.
Yeah.
But humble beginnings. Yeah, trampoline's fucking tough.
Dude.
It's not good.
Yeah, I've given some people to work on the trampoline.
Oh yeah, you fucking
Can't say.
Like we did that in the morning too. You like ruined my day.
Dude, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It still haunts you.
Literally was 10 years ago though.
I still think about it a lot.
Too. I remember one time I was at your place and is that thunder? Oh, that's probably
like an airplane.
I think it's because my window's open. You know what, Mama's Garage fans? We're gonna just deal with that because it's gonna get super hot in here unless we keep that window open.
We'll call this the Two Stinky Men podcast.
Two stinky men. Just 2 stinky boys. 2 stinky boys. No, we were at your place and you had just showed me a bunch of like certified Hood Classic YouTube videos that I was not aware of, but you knew about the internet before I did.
Oh yeah.
And we got bored doing that, so then you like walked across the hardwood floor, and then I was like, "Oh, it's wrestling time," because it's 10 p.m. on a Saturday, and we're 8-year-olds
like true beasts.
That's right. So I grabbed your ankles, and then you and then you face planted on the wooden floor, and you wouldn't get up. So I was at your house. Didn't know how to use the computer, and you were unconscious, but on purpose. Like you were purposely not moving.
I was just being a dick.
Yeah, and then it's probably like 10 or 15 minutes, but it felt like 3 hours. You finally got up on your feet, and we resumed, and you were like holding back tears, and I was like, "Oh, I forgot Ethan doesn't cry."
Yeah, that was painful.
I
do remember that.
Oh yeah, I got your ass, dude.
Hey, I played it off
well. Well, this actually happened before you party fouled me, so honestly, I had that shit coming. Yeah.
I do want to say, a zigzag is when you grab somebody, you jump up and you grab them from the front of their neck, but you're behind them, and you pull them down with a lot of intensity.
Which you had.
I did.
Plenty of intensity.
I did have a lot of intensity. And I think a party foul is kind of like the Miz's move. Just kind of grab you from behind, face plant you.
Yeah, fucking wild, dude. Yeah. I fucking forgot because I was like, this isn't how I usually play. we were doing fine the night before, and now he's all angry at me.
This is a 9-year-old whipping out these moves.
Yeah, but like, oh god, yeah, fuck.
That's so funny.
And we were both bigger kids, and but like we we still had 9-year-old brains, so our brain wasn't like ready to deal with all that much pain.
Oh my god.
If it's any hidden knowledge now, it's not. You are a honest to god wrestling fan.
Dude, yes, I love wrestling.
That's great. But did you
call me a child? I don't care.
No, fuck it, dude. plenty of comedians I really enjoy that.
It's awesome.
That still love wrestling.
It is awesome.
We were talking about my action figure I have on the.
Yeah.
If you've listened to every episode of Mama's Garage, you've already heard that story. But I'll give you the footnotes. Basically, I brought it to a comedy show back in July because the guy who was doing the show, headliner Dan Soder, he was gonna have he does a Macho Man impression. Macho Man, what are you gonna do, brother?
Dude, I can't do it.
What are you? I can't do it.
It's way too low and crunchy.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't do the promo shit, but
yeah.
I was not the only guy who was aware of this because the guy beside me was wearing a Macho Man shirt. But I brought it up up to the show by myself, and then I just have it on the wall now because I was wanting him to sign it, but there was no meet and greet after, so there's no chance to do it. But then I keep it on the wall because it was to go by myself was like a leap of faith. I don't know if I was able to do that. It was in Indianapolis for the first time and shit, but you clocked that shit immediately when you walked in. Not like you had been in my room before.
I collect them.
But you exactly right.
Yeah.
But you it was like 6 weeks ago or whatever. You were at Royal Rumble at Lucas Oil Stadium.
Yeah, it was February 1st, and I wish I could go back.
Oh, almost 2 months ago.
It was so sick.
And we've talked a few times, and you're like, bro, next time I see you, I'm gonna tell you everything. And I know there's a certain character that will probably make a huge
Yes.
Yeah,
So
the floor is yours, man.
so
Tell the people.
it kind of opened with the women's Royal Rumble. And if you don't know what a Royal Rumble is, it's where 30 people come in and you got to throw them over the ropes. The last one in the ring is the winner. Started with the women's Royal Rumble.
Now, is that different from a battle royale? Battle royale's all at once.
All at once, yes.
Royal Rumble comes in like however, like every 90
I think
seconds.
It's 90 seconds.
Yes.
Yeah. Everybody was tweaking, but it started with the men's Rumble. Not a great match, insane match, and then the men's Rumble, which was amazing.
Hell yeah.
During the women's Rumble, we had been in there for, I don't know, the show started 6 minutes ago. The first two had just come out. This guy behind us is already wasted. I'm talking like, it's audible. I never saw the guy, but you could just hear it. He's just gone. And Liv Morgan, she's a fan favorite. I like Liv Morgan. She's a beast. But she was almost getting eliminated a couple times. And this dude was at the top of his lungs just, no, Liv. Like he was dying. Like his life depended on Liv Morgan not getting eliminated. And I was with my buddy Cam, and I looked at him just every time. There's almost tears in my eyes because this guy was losing his mind.
Like laughing or upset?
Like I thought he was gonna have a panic attack. He was like screaming at the top of his lungs. And yeah, it almost brought me to tears. It was so funny. And one of my other buddies went. I haven't even told you this. You remember The Miz?
Yeah, of course, The Miz.
Oh my gosh. So Joe, you know Joe.
Oh yes.
He went, and he was with his girlfriend at the top section, and he was like, this really weird Miz fan was sitting behind us, like this Miz super fan. It's like, yeah, you don't find that anymore.
Yeah,
it's kind of weird.
Fuck no. Maybe like 2013, like spiked up like Hershey Kiss hair Miz.
And there's just a few then, you know.
Yeah, right.
So,
now he's only like 5'8" or something. Like maybe he might probably maybe a little taller because the other guys are bigger. But he's not like a spectacle.
Side note, I met the Miz when I was
met
like.
What?
I was like 9. Yeah. Like the only.
Did you party foul him like you party fouled me?
Dude, no. I stepped
lucky
on
motherfucker that Miz is.
I shook his hand and my brother stepped on his shoe. So we have that forever. It's like, the good and the bad side. One gets a handshake, the other's just smearing that thing. It's funny.
That's really funny.
But
fuck yeah.
That was a side note. My buddy had this really weird Miz fan sitting behind him, and apparently whenever he came out, she was like, I want to lick your abs and your ass. Oh, what the fuck? Oh my god! Like he told us that after, and I took probably 5 minutes, and I was like, "You're for real, aren't you?" Like, yeah, I was so caught off guard. But
The Miz.
Wrestling fans are either like super cool or they're just insane.
It's what they live for, right?
Yeah. There was this dude. Oh goodness, we were standing in line to like show our tickets and everything. He just would not stop, dude. We were there like 2 hours before the gates open. This dude was like screaming the whole time. We were like, dude, how? It was insane. I don't know how he had energy when we went in there.
Those kind of people speak for all wrestling fans.
Yeah.
Because, where it's like, because
I'm a chill guy.
Yeah,
bro.
most certainly. You're like of the chillest.
Yeah.
But then the guys that go to the things you love are just.
This guy was like
rat shit, bad shit.
10 yards away from me, giving me a headache in the ticket line. It was absurd.
That's a record,
dude. It was crazy. And then some guy came in full John Cena gear, like his shirt, jorts, and the shoes, and the white socks, and everything.
Oh my god! How do you think that guy's feeling right now?
Dude, I turned around, I thought he was John Cena, and then he was like this 5'8" out of shape man. When I like locked in. But yeah, he's probably in shambles right now.
Oh my god!
John Cena's a bad guy now. He's a heel.
He's a heel.
Yeah.
I know that because I get like, I'm a very passive wrestling fan. I know what's going on. I know Cody Rhodes, when I was growing up, was almost like,
a jobber.
Insignificant. Like he just wasn't. But now he's the fucking man.
He's the face.
He's blonde.
The face of the company. Yeah.
That's crazy. Well, also he was on Two Bears One Cave like a few months ago. So that was actually the first episode I got to listen to on the job at my new job.
That's awesome.
Because I was like, hey, I wish I had earbuds. They're like, go ahead. I was like, all right, cool.
All right,
it was a Monday, so I was like, I'm listening to Two Bears, bro. Came out Monday. Sure. Well, seeing it live though, I bet that's so fucking fun because it's like a concert in terms of like the sound and everything. And I remember we've gone to a couple of like the local shows that aren't televised, and I think I went to 3 of those growing up, all like around Indianapolis, maybe like Terre Haute area.
We saw the Shield.
We did see the Shield together. It was Sin Cara's birthday when we went to. I remember this because you and I counted down and then we screamed "Happy Birthday, Cara." we left off the Sin for some reason.
That's awesome.
He
Happy
didn't hear
birthday,
us.
Cara.
Happy birthday! We were 8. We were literally 8 years old.
Happy birthday whenever it's time, wherever he's at.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
What's
though.
he up to now? I know what it's the. There's another luchador now.
Penta.
Yeah.
Penta's a badass. Penta
That's
is
awesome.
a badass. Yeah, he's awesome. He came from the other company like Cody.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Well, what's the other? Is it?
It's AEW. It's like the same thing,
Right,
But
'cause
the storytelling's not as good, and it's just a lot more gruesome.
Okay. Well, I wonder because like no one's gonna be able to compete with WWE ever
yeah.
because like unless something terrible happens where all the really important people like perish, but it's almost like why would you try to even compete with such a huge fucking but then I learned about it from the Vince McMahon documentary. Did you see the Vince McMahon documentaries?
Unfortunately, I saw parts of it, but I did not want to continue.
I bet you didn't. Yeah. I think I watched. There was 6 episodes, and I like sat right where I'm sitting right now, and I just fucking binged them all in a day.
Yeah.
I forget what I didn't have anything going on, I guess, because I had all that time to kill. But whenever wrestling was like, before it was back when the WWE was like the WWF, and before that, there was like territories I heard about where there was always different rosters of people going around. So I feel like once Vince McMahon monopolized everything, I think that culture still stays the same. So like AEW or like NXT is like it's part of WWE. It's like the
It kind of stands for next. That's how a lot of people think of it.
I got you.
They're just like the younger superstars.
Right. It's kind of training before they come to the big leagues.
Yeah,
like it's minor league, but still important.
The Intercontinental Champion right now is Braun Breaker, and he had a really good run in NXT. So
Okay, because that's a guy I'm not familiar with.
Yeah, he's a beast. Did you see Speed get speared at the Rumble? I
did not.
He got murked.
Oh no! Oh my god! Yes, I did see that. I watched it like maybe 40 times actually.
Yeah, he got murdered.
When you said Speed, I thought for some reason I thought you meant Ricochet. Because that's who I thought. Yeah. Because I saw the Logan Paul Ricochet Royal Rumble
cool.
when from the opposite side of the ropes and everything. I'm like, dude.
Yeah, they just collided.
That's insane. Yeah, my buddy Timmy, who should be on in April, by the way. Timmy Palmore.
I know Timmy.
You know Timmy.
Yeah. What up, Timmy?
Hell yeah. Timmy may or may not be listening. He's a dad now. He's got some shit to take care of. Yeah.
It's crazy. He had a John Cena shirt on last time I saw him.
Oh, really?
So,
yeah. I'm sorry, I don't think you saw it.
Yeah.
That John Cena joke did not go well. Anyway, Timmy pulled me aside on like a Sunday morning. Was like, "Did you catch the Royal Rumble?" I was like, "I did not. I was doing other things." He was like, "Well, check this.
You gotta watch it."
and then I screen recorded that video and put it on my camera roll when it happened. So I was like, "This is fucking wild."
Dude, it was insane.
But Speed though, getting the shit spirit, like that's how I felt on the trampoline, dude.
I'm sorry, dude.
You're fine. It's not a 10-year trauma. It's just now that we're talking about it, I remember how I felt, and I was like, oh, I'm not built for this. That's why I never played sports. I don't like getting hurt.
Yeah.
I'm sure I could like bounce back, but the idea of me like fuck or like have my arm in a sling, I wouldn't take any pride in that. I'd be like, this reeks. I hate it.
I've broken. It's 8 or 9. I've lost count. It's 8 or 9 bones. So like I'm used to all that. So I kind of
a lot of bones.
Thugging it out at like 6th grade.
So you always had an arm cast on when you're growing up, like no matter what.
Yeah, the thing was always broken.
Was it? Have you broken either arm?
No, I've never broken anything on my left side. Believe it or not.
Oh fuck, dude.
It's all right. But
no, you're all left.
Yeah, I've broken my right hand twice, my wrist once, my arm in 3 places at once, and then my arm in 1 place once, all just on my right arm.
Damn. So is this your dick beating arm too?
Yes, it is, dude.
Jesus.
I'm ambidextrous.
Oh, not by nature.
But yeah, it was a struggle. So kind of learned how to just kind of deal with it. Like when I had when my ankle was broken, I had an ankle cast on, and the doctor was like, "Don't put any weight on this." It's like, obviously.
Like ever again?
I was walking in like a week with the cast on. My mom was like, "Hey, don't do that." I was like, "I'm fine, bro."
Oh fuck, that doesn't, because you get like, because I've only been injured like for real once.
That was gruesome though, dude. That was bad.
Yeah, I don't think I've told you that story, maybe I haven't. I don't know.
I think so.
On the pod though. I mean, I for sure said the story 100 million times already, but maybe not the pod.
Yeah, yeah.
But another cliff notes I'll give. So I've only broken one. Well, it broke a few places, but it was one incident, and it was so fucking stupid.
Ooh.
I was wearing my Letterman jacket. You know, like the jock, the universal jock memorabilia to have on your body.
Yeah, like a beast.
Yeah, I was wearing that, but I got it from playing drums in high school, which I was like, you know what?
Badass.
I earned it.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Fuck yeah,
I'm going to go brandish this in my own room, and I'm going to go show my mom. This was March 22nd, 2021, the Monday of spring break. I remember there's this guy I was going to have come over named Peyton. Maybe sometime that week we were going to jam in my garage. He was going to play guitar and stuff, and I had to cancel because it shit wrecked me. Because what happened was I ran from my bedroom door all the way to the kitchen. I was wearing Hanes white socks, and we had just Hanes white socks crushed me.
No.
We just got the floor redone, and I was still getting new to it, so I was like, I'm gonna slide in on my goddamn socks, dude, like Tom Cruise Risky Business type shit. And then as I ran to the corner, 3 of my forelimbs were in the air, suspended, so all my weight was on my left leg. And then as I was turning to kind of show my mom, check out this jacket, it just buckles inward.
Oh my!
And it sounded like an Uno deck of cards, like getting like plopped on the table, like when you have like that full like 3 times the size of like a regular bicycle deck. Just like sounded like that, but it went through my whole body. And then I landed luckily I landed like right with like the contour of the kitchen, so it was all good. But that basically, I had to get surgery on April Fool's Day, which was like the following Thursday. So like we'll call it 10 days later. And I found out that there was a quarter-size hole on the underside of my kneecap. Was like, it wasn't missing or anything, but there was a hole that had been like, cratered around it where that piece fell out. And then I chipped the ball joint of my femur. Jeez. And it was all bone. Usually when the people have knee trouble, it's like meniscus or like,
ACL.
Yeah, exactly. One of those things, like a tendon or like some sort of like a
not just
tissue.
An obliterated knee.
Yeah, not just like a Lego box that hasn't even been opened yet,
Yeah, man, oh my.
Yeah, and so the surgery went well, and I guess bones heal quicker than tendons and shit. So I was back on my feet for a while, but I had a lot of trips to the hospital between the incident and the surgery. And when you talked about putting pressure on your ankle, you're like, dude, I'm invincible. This shit's feeling fine now. It's because the painkillers are working, and you're like, I don't
think I had any.
You're just built different. Then you got perks built into you.
Like, it wasn't immediately. It was like a couple days after a week, but I was walking on it.
But one of the most cliche things is that always listen to your doctors, and I just
yeah.
And so I got X-rays like the Thursday after it happened, and then that Thursday, drumline was still happening, and I went to go surprise everybody at rehearsal because they'd heard about me getting fucked up, and that was the first rehearsal they'd had in like a week because of spring break. I was like, what? and then I was on crutches, and I managed to get all the way upstairs on these crutches, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go surprise him up at the Vox. I'm gonna go say hello. Yeah. Like, I'm a sophomore, I shouldn't be up there right now. And so then I came home. At that time, I was doing like a big drum set project. I was gonna have my shit ready all over spring break and stuff. So I was trying to do that simultaneously. I was like spray painting the lugs and shit, and I was just walking around with a knee brace on, no crutches.
That's not good.
No,
but like it worked.
But I was like, hey man, it ain't that broken. I can still wiggle my toes. We're good. So then I go down to take a nap that night, and then I wake up at like one of those 2 a.m. like middle of the night, like fuck, I have all this
sweating.
Yes,
yeah,
right. I was, but even without the injury, it's like you fuck your sleep schedule up, so you wake up at like 2 a.m. You're like, there's no chance in hell I'm going back to bed now. I'm wired. Yeah. So I was like, fuck it, I'll watch a movie. And so then as I'm like coming to, my knee is screaming at me, just like even like breathing wrong would just feel terrible, and I'm like wincing and like basically like crying like a kitten. Yeah. It was so bad.
That's not good.
It was that was probably the worst pain I have felt for that long ever. God, it was so bad. So moral of the story is, if they tell you don't put weight on it,
probably shouldn't put weight on it.
There's a reason.
Because my ankle does pop whenever I move it, so
I still get a little bit some pressure changes in this knee sometimes, where if I put too much like too much strain on it, I'll feel it, and I'm like, I probably should chill the fuck out. For example, a week ago, this Saturday, this was just last Saturday, I was at Rose-Hulman, the nice engineering school in Terre Haute, and there was a dance floor, and I had plenty of fun on the dance floor, but I was jumping around and stuff, and although my brain was a little bit ignoring the knee, throughout this week, I have realized I went a little too hard, because I'm like, it's not like a pain that's distracting, but it's like, it's noticeable, where I'm like, this,
I'm comfortable.
I gotta make sure I'm not invincible.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't do leg day.
While we're on the topic of bone breaks, it's pretty funny. I have 2 funny stories. When I broke my arm in all 3 places, it was like at the wrist kind of, but it was upper arm, lower arm, I guess. And I was playing basketball with my buddy and his at the time girlfriend, and I went up for a layup. I did make it. I feel like that's important. And
that's for sure important.
I landed where the wall meets the floor, like right in the
right in that 90 degree.
Yeah, right in that 90-degree angle, with all weight on my wrist / arm, like
my God.
Airborne. And I heard just the snap, and then my arm was limp. I was like, oh, that's not good.
You're like, well,
I had a lot of adrenaline going, and my buddy's girlfriend's like, let me look at it, and she moves it around, and I'm like, and she's like, I think it's just sprained. It's like, no,
this bitch.
Like, dude, it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I mean, like,
it's like, I have all these other joints in my arm too. You know?
Yeah, like, we're freshmen, but obviously that's not sprained. It's not supposed to move like jelly.
Fuck, dude.
When I had that cast on for this arm, it like ended all the way at my elbow, because it was, all 3 of my bones were broken. So I just couldn't do anything, and we were freshmen, scared in this new school. And I'm walking up the stairs, and I trip and fall up the stairs and land on my cast, and it splits in half.
Oh my God,
dude! And there's some kid at the top of the stairs. All I hear is as he walks.
What a dick, dude!
I swear to God, I was like, what the hell? So yeah, I'm broken casted, like limp arm out in school now, and I call my mom like, hey, I broke my cast. Like, I didn't think that was supposed to happen. She's like, what did you do? It's like, I tripped
fell up the stairs.
Like, yeah.
Stairs are no fucking joke, dude. Because
oh my God,
when I had my knee shit happen to me, at high school they would just throw us into like the side auditorium sometimes whenever we had substitutes and shit. Oh, crack that on the mic.
On the mic. There we go.
Oh, come on! That was so fucking. He did a.
That was hot. That was hot,
dude. When I go and edit this later and like put it like on like through CapCut, there's gonna be like this one tall red spike right around minute 28. Yeah, fuck. That was
excellent. I don't even know what else to say.
Holy shit!
It made my day.
That was good. I'm happy I caught that. But no, there you go.
Popping at
Cherry Peppy.
Dude, it's talking back.
Well, my mom tells a story a bunch, but whenever my papa, her dad, my mom's dad, was like, I don't know, in his 40s, 50s, he'd always had the same breakfast, and so he'd be like, my mom would ask, "What's for breakfast?" He'd be like, "Toast and Pepsi," and so he would just buttered toast and a Pepsi to start the day.
Oh my God.
He's no longer with us. He's a legend, though. But
dude, I might have that tomorrow morning.
toast and peppy, dude.
A man knows what he wants.
I know.
Consistent.
But no, stairs when you're hurt you got to watch out for those, because like I said, I managed to get up the stairs to go at the rehearsal, because I guess I didn't explain that very well. No one really knows what the fuck drum line happens, but it's. All of my drum techs and directors were out at the top of not the gymnasium, and I wanted to go up there as well. That was totally fine with crutches, brand new to crutches, never had to use crutches before ever. But then when I'm at the side auditoriums at the high school, it's only a few steps, but those few steps could potentially be another trip to the hospital.
Dude, it could kill you.
Yeah, I was taking oh god, so fucking stupid. I have my backpack on, so now my counterweight is all weird, is all fucking weird and unnatural. And so I was like, if I walk down with like my shoulders and like tiptoe, I should be good. but then I get one crutch on one step, and then the other crutch is on the step right above it. So now I'm like kind of wonky.
Yeah.
And then like there's nothing you can do. You just fall.
Yeah. I mean,
and I fell on the correct side that I should have, but that could have been
awful.
Bad.
Yeah, like
so bad.
You could still be recovering from that right now.
Maybe, yeah. And it would just been like, oh, I was just, I thought I could do it on my own. And
oh man,
I would just pick the shit out of this mic. But it probably would have been like, here, I'm gonna hold it away from you. Just like they hear me tumble and then just be like, ah, ah.
There's nothing else you could do.
Nothing. I've never experienced pain like that where all you can do is scream because you're just so disoriented. I hope I'd never experienced that. 'Cause that sounds terrible.
Yeah.
But it would have been a lot of that. Fuck.
My first car wreck was probably the most amount of pain, dude. Because my airbag didn't go off, or I didn't have them.
Well, fuck.
Yeah. So that's that. And I got hit by a drunk driver. We were both going above 60, but yeah.
That's a big fuck. I have no idea what that feels like, but that's gotta be crazy.
Rocked my world, dude. Like, I hit my head on the steering wheel so hard, like I didn't know I was bleeding or anything.
Oh my god.
Yeah, dude, it was crazy. And the one place we wrecked by, guess what the one place open was on New Year's too, by the way.
The one, like, business, restaurant?
Yeah, just the one shop, I guess you could call it, that was open around us that I could call for help because my phone was broken.
Okay. Give me more details on where you were at.
I was in Clayton, in the middle of nowhere.
Then I have no idea.
It was a bar on New Year's. It was the only place that was open. And I was like 17, I want to say. Maybe just turned 17. Anyway, I'm a bloody mess, like bleeding from the top of my head. And I didn't know that at the time. I just thought that it was sweat or something. I don't know. I got concussed. And
oh my god.
A lot of adrenaline. Anyway, this dude tried to fight me. Like
from the car?
The drunk guy. He stepped out after I got out, and I was like tumbling over to the bar to try to get someone. He was like, "Hey, this is my fucking light." I was like, "All right, dude, I'm not doing this." I just walked into the bar because he was obviously wasted. Yeah. His girlfriend was like, "You just wrecked my car. You totaled my car." Fucking crazy scene. Just pitch black. It's like 12:37, I think.
Fuck, dude.
Anyway, I go into
you honored that statistic because like
yeah,
that is
I thought I was gonna die.
The time that people get into car wrecks, I've heard.
Yeah. And I mean, I was being safe. You just can't really do anything against a drunk driver, you know. Mm-hmm. I was going straight at this light, and it had been green, and he didn't have a green arrow or anything, and he just turned right into me.
Damn.
Yeah.
You're going 60?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I was speeding. I will give him that.
Yeah.
But he was also definitely speeding.
But he was also
wasted,
hammered.
Yeah, he was destroyed. But
limping out like a fucking Walking Dead audition tape.
Dude, he was ridiculous. He was a chore. But yeah, I was hobbling into this bar at the ripe age of 17, bloody as hell. And the bouncer just steps out of my way. Like, he didn't want to ask any questions. He just let me right in. That was so funny. I didn't say anything to anyone. I was like, someone's probably going to call the cops just because I'm in here. Still didn't know I was bloody. Walked into the bathroom, looked at myself. I was like, holy shit, dude, I'm a mess.
Oh, wow.
And I walked back out, and the cops were already there. So. Yeah, it was crazy, dude.
The hunter was like, well, they did not train me for this.
Yeah, dude.
You know what? You know what? This guy's probably, coming back. Like, just let him in. I don't recognize him. Probably fine.
I probably would have done the same thing. Yeah. I was bigger at the time than I am now.
Like, we probably need to get you a drink, don't we?
Yeah,
I don't care who you are.
But yeah, I got to watch that guy get put in a cop car. It was pretty satisfying.
You're like, nice.
Smirked at him when I was walking away.
Where's his girlfriend at?
Dude,
they left her on the sidewalk.
Hawaii. She deserves better than that. That was fucked up. But she was sober too. Like, I don't know why she.
Oh, that sucks ass.
I know, dude. She was so sweet. Like, I can't say that. I was concussed and.
Okay, well then, why was she not driving?
Exactly.
Her own car?
Like, so many questions, dude. And my poor mother, I love her to death. She was scared, and I was still a minor, so she signed off on the first thing that we could get. So we only got $2,000 for it, and he got out on like a couple $100 bail, which was ridiculous. Like,
shit.
I could have went to court and fought it, but there's just no point, Like,
right?
Why,
Damn.
But yeah, that sucked. That was really bad. But that was definitely the worst pain I ever felt. It was the day after, dude. I couldn't hardly move my neck. The whiplash was absurd.
That's crazy.
I'm driving normal as you do. Your head's back. Then you get hit 60 miles an hour with no airbags.
Where did you get hit from?
Like, head on, literally head on.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like I should have died probably, and I wasn't wearing my seatbelt. Wear your fucking seatbelt.
Yeah.
But Yeah. Dude, it was crazy.
You wear your seatbelt now, of course.
Yes, I do wear my seatbelt now, yeah. Been in too many close calls. But
fuck, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, dude, the next day was so bad. Like, I was like, Mom, I might have to go to the hospital. Like, every bone in my body might be broken. Like, damn. But I was fine. I was just severely concussed.
I think it affected your brain the most, so that's probably why you thought you felt so much pain.
Dude, it was crazy. Like, this is funny, but it's kind of sad. You can take me to any hospital in Indiana, my phone will automatically connect to the Wi-Fi. I swear to God, that is real. We go to Ortho Indy, connected. We go to this random one that my girlfriend's at because she needs help. I just need to see her. Connected. I didn't think I'd ever been there before. I'm on the Wi-Fi. Dude, so yeah, it's crazy.
That's so fucking funny, dude.
Injury's rough, but there's definitely memories. When I broke my ankle.
What a good one-liner you just wrote. That's so fucking funny.
Dude, it was crazy.
You think you got hurt so much? Dude. Let me tell you.
Let me show you around the ropes. But yeah, man, like.
Oh, fuck, that's funny.
Oh, so I was going to say this. I've really never had surgery, but I've had so many stomach issues since like sophomore year of high school. They still don't know what it is, by the way. But I've been to the doctor. I don't remember what it's called, but they went down my throat with a camera and like scissors or something. They cut out some of my stomach lining. Anyway,
I bet I work on some shit like that at work.
Maybe.
Cook Medical, check it out.
My uncle's an anesthesiologist, and he was like, "Hey, that anesthesiologist that put you under, crazy guy." I was like, "Oh, awesome,
crazy guy."
So yeah, they were trying to figure out how to save my life, and I was in the hands of a insane man. That's
you're
awesome.
Anesthesiologist.
Yes.
If you have the word ologist after you, I hope you know how to work a multiplication table or
save
something.
Save my life.
Yeah, please. God.
Something, man. That was kind of crazy when he told me that, but I'm fine. I'm all right.
Well, when I went to surgery for my knees, the guy, my anesthesiologist, he was the coolest guy I think I'd ever met in a hospital. He was just like buttering me up. He was like,
that's awesome.
He was like, it wasn't like, nice ball, he wasn't like that or anything, but he was like, what's your name? And I was like, Luke. He's like, that's a great name. Just agreeing and being great about everything. Yeah. But the one thing he did say,
peachy man.
Yeah, I think he's asking me, like, he's like, you got any plans for college? I was like, nah. He's like, get good grades out. I was like, you're right, you bet, And he whatever he said, I think the words was, I can tell you're smart. Your words are. There's a word he used. Well, I guess the surgery changed me because I can't fucking remember.
He poisoned him.
Maybe he just been like one of those evil, deceitful men.
He was so nice.
I forget what he said though. This is not even worth me bringing up now. God damn it. Fuck.
It's like that.
Yeah. Good. Fuck, man. That sucks.
I understand. I was just in that predicament an hour ago.
But the fun part about surgery was I woke up. I was 15. I had never done any sort of substances ever, and I woke up for the first time ever, and I was like they gave me the shit that killed Michael Jackson, propofol.
Oh.
Because they have me on nerve blockers. Because they had to shut my whole quad muscle down to get in. Because they went in there. They turned my kneecap upside down and shit. It was wild.
Yeah, that's absurd.
I know. And you've seen my knee scar. You probably see it right now.
I'm gonna look at it right now.
Yeah, do you got scar tissue?
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
You know what? You say it right now.
The nussy.
The nussy. This is why we should film the fucking podcast, because I can show the nussy every time.
Oh, you'll see the nussy eventually.
Oh yeah, if you know me well enough, you have at least heard of or you've seen it. It's also uncanny.
I have a picture of the nussy in my phone somewhere.
You know what? Let's do it for all time's sake. I'm gonna put the mic down. All right, Ethan, you're gonna narrate this, okay? All right.
Okay, I'm gonna narrate. All right, so he is currently closing the skin from both sides of his knee in on his scar, which is on top of his knee. And if you have creative mind, you can imagine what I'm seeing right now. And it's insane.
Yeah, I create labia with the scar tissue.
it's quite insane.
I got a clitoral hood and everything.
Oh shit! I just dropped my phone. Sorry. But
the amount of times I've shown that to people while I was in high school, and they just immediately try to touch it. I'm like, hey man, ask, consent, dude.
Hey, dude, it's kind of the same, right?
Yeah.
Consent with me.
But it's the driest thing of all time because it's scar tissue, you know.
We were on the cruise, and you showed me that. I'd never heard anything or seen anything.
Really,
dude. You were like, check this out. Bang. It's like, whoa.
It's such a party trick.
Whoa.
It's such a fucking party trick.
Dude, I was like 4 years old when I saw my first magic trick. I was dumbfounded. It's like, dude, that's fucking
Fuck, we should talk
awesome.
about the cruise though.
Oh my god.
We were on the list of people that were fortunate enough to go on the Gwyn sanctioned cruise back in this past June. That's right.
It was awesome.
Our buddy Reese of the Gwyn heir. the royal Gwyns,
the tree of it,
yeah.
of Gwyn.
Well, basically, Catherine. We'll name drop. You know, we know Catherine Gwyn. Catherine Satter, her new married name. Basically, she had, I don't know what all the financial workings of it or anything, but basically she was like, we can bring a bunch of Reese's friends as like a delayed a year later graduation present. We're like, we're game, hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So it was like we were on that ship for like 7 days, but it ended up being like a 9 or 10 day, like, you know, with travel and everything, because the port was in Miami. But
oh dude, the travel, oh my god.
Oh yeah, well, you and I have very different means of getting to Miami.
Very different. Dude, it was crazy.
I left before you because we spent a day in Miami because we took the flight, because we didn't want, because if we missed the port to the cruise, we weren't going to be able to go.
Yeah.
So we were like, let's go down there a day early to make sure we can ensure that. So I probably left before you, but then you drove from Indiana down to Florida, the tip of the fucking country.
Miami, yeah.
Miami.
So the whole time I thought Reese and his mom were going with us, and we were taking multiple cars. And we get to the meeting spot, and I don't remember who told me, but they were like, "Yeah, Reese is getting on a plane soon." It's like, what?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
He got on my plane because because Catherine works for FedEx, and so basically they have like she get on
+1 or something.
Yeah, it's so like you can be like a standby ticket where you don't have to pay for it because she gets it through her job, but like if they have room, you can get on it if they have room. So you can potentially sit at the terminal for a couple hours and then not get to go on the plane, which sucks, but you don't pay for it either way. So they end up getting on our plane though. So then you were stuck with a crew of people.
Dude, it was crazy. Like, I had never driven outside of Indiana. I just want to make that known.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've driven to Cincinnati before. That's nothing though. It's like a 2-hour drive.
It's kind of hard to convince people that I'm a good driver with my track record.
Right.
I genuinely will say those were not my fault. But yeah. So we all drove down there. Corbin got us like out of Kentucky. I think he went for a bit, and then
damn, yeah.
Noah.
So out of like to Tennessee.
Yeah, like the tip of Tennessee.
For those who do know who Corbin is, this is Corbin Hamlin.
Yes.
Friend of the show.
And then Noah Breen, yeah.
Legend of the show.
Yeah. He dude, I was gonna say I wasn't gonna name drop, but let's do it now. The anesthesiologist you were describing sounded like Noah.
Yeah, he did have big Noah vibes.
Yeah. So
I think the word he used was like articulate or something. With my words. That might have went with the word I was looking for. Good guy. Yeah. Back to Noah though.
Yes. So Noah drove for maybe an hour, and then
which is like nothing to the trip. Well, like an 18-hour long car drive.
Yeah, and then I got us through Atlanta and out of Georgia and a little bit of Florida. So, come on.
Yeah, no, yeah.
And then Josh took us all the way. He got us down there. So, great time. I'm just gonna skip the cruise. We can come back to this. I'm gonna tell you about the travel. On the way back.
Guys, he said it twice.
I started us off. I was being a good guy, you know. I was like, hey guys, I'll start us off. I'll get us out of Florida. And they were like, hell yeah, Ethan, let's go.
Out of Florida.
So I got us out of Florida, and I'm like, shit. Someone want to give me like 45 minutes of rest? I can do Atlanta again. I was good last time. Noah drives right before Atlanta. I do Atlanta again. Everybody's asleep until like Kentucky. So,
dude,
I took us from Florida to Kentucky. We only made 4 stops for gas, by the way. Catherine, your car is awesome. Yeah. So I took us to Florida, from Florida to Kentucky, till people woke up. Maybe it was like Tennessee, but it was far.
Damn, bro.
And they were like, "Holy shit, this is crazy!" Like, we're far.
Like,
I was like, "I'm gonna take us home." At this point, I'm gonna take us home. Hell yeah. So yeah, we did that. Drove all the way back pretty much.
But how long do you think you were in the like driving awake with them asleep though? Like how long do you think that was?
At least 5 hours, 6 hours.
God, dude,
it was crazy.
I
was listening to the Joe Rogan pod for a bit.
Oh hell yeah! Do you remember what episode? Do you know who was a guest?
Oh gosh, it was their little 4-man. What's that called?
Oh, Protect Our Parks.
Yes, yeah. It
For
was
sure.
like episode. It was a double-digit episode.
Okay, yeah. Fucking yeah.
Yeah.
What a blessing those fucking episodes are.
Love those guys.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was crazy. I don't think I got my sleep schedule back on track for like 4 weeks after that.
4 weeks. Oh,
Because-
that's another way to say a month.
Yeah. Because we went straight through. We stopped for gas and to piss. That was it. Like that was literally it.
Yeah, you guys want to get home because the cruise was like a whole 7-day thing. That's on the
Yeah.
water and everything. God, yeah,
And then the lag after when you're like, shit, that's over. Now we just gotta go home. I'm like, what the fuck?
Shit, I got work tomorrow.
Yeah, like
What the hell?
And yeah, dude, I was beat to shreds, man. I had like 4 triple shot coffees when I was driving down there, so like 12 shots of espresso.
So how did you not piss yourself? Because those go right through.
Dude,
me,
I waited it out. I was dancing in the seat. I was trying to make it until the gas tank was almost gone. That's when we all had to piss. We were gaslighting ourselves.
Oh,
But
hell yeah, literally, that's awesome.
funny story though, I felt so bad, and that's part of the reason I took us all the way home, because I felt so bad because of this. We were driving to Miami going home. Miami's fucking crazy. It's like a GTA server. There's like, dude, you can go straight or you can exit left or right, and there's 2 on each side. So I was like, what the fuck? So
Wait.
2 exits on each side, 2 different roads, one ways. Yeah. So on the GPS, it looks so similar. So I was like, Corbin was in the front seat at the time. I was like, it's definitely this one, right? And he was like, yeah. It's like, oh yeah, it's for sure that one. Take this one. It adds an hour to our time, and you can't just turn around on the interstate. So I was like, guys, I'm so fucking sorry. And then
Fuck, dude.
they all kind of just like waited and then realized what it was, and it was just a.
God,
dude, it was brutal. I felt so bad.
shit. See, that's like, those are the kind of mistakes that I want to get ahead of now. Like, while I learn to use Google Maps, because like when I'm like when I meet a girl eventually, and like we go on like a potential road trip, like a week getaway weekend or something like that, and I'll probably be the one driving because it's just it's labor, and it's like I'll do it. I also want to make sure I can't see if I even can do it.
Yeah.
But missing exits and shit like that, and just like I'm like, dude, fuck.
I think I wanted to cry, like for the first time in a long time. I just wanted to cry.
Yeah,
because it was after.
There's also nothing you could do. It just
and there's people behind us. Like if I slowed down to realize what I was gonna do, we're in Miami. People are gonna be like, "Hey, fuck you, buddy, move."
Yeah, right.
So
you're so far from home. You're like, and no one's even 20 yet. Like you guys are kids.
Levi was there, but
okay.
But I mean,
he didn't drive though.
No, it was just a car full of kids, honestly.
Damn, yeah.
Dude, yeah, it was on the way back too. Like if it was on the way down there, we would have been joking about it like, oh, it's all good. We got to cruise for 7 days.
Yeah,
1 hour's not gonna.
Right.
Dude, on the way back, an hour's like a year.
Yeah, that's fuck. That's
Dude,
such a bite.
So bad.
Such a bite.
So
But
bad.
we had fun on the cruise itself, though.
Oh my, of course.
So much fun.
I'm trying to go on one soon.
It was you, me, Brent, and my brother in a room together.
Oh my.
Goated lineup.
That was a fire lineup. I can't lie.
I hated sleeping in that bed though, and I slept in it 9 times. It felt like.
Yeah, you and Max were some troopers. Took the top.
Yes.
Because if I took the top bunk, dude, that could have been bad. Every time I was in the room, I don't think I was pure. If that makes sense. I was under some control.
Let's put it this way: the cruise. There's no cops on the cruise. There's the cruise people, so it's no man's land. There's no land at all.
If you're 18 in other countries, you're 21.
Yes.
Pretty much. Like,
yes, exactly.
We'll code it as that.
Yeah, because actually, because of that rule, I felt comfortable to drink on the cruise.
Yeah.
And so when we went to the beach where we played volleyball and shit,
yeah.
they had an open bar on the beach. It was one of the fucking excursions.
It was, dude, the sign. Do you remember the sign?
What did the
It was
sign
like,
say?
we will serve you alcohol until visibly unavailable, or something like that. It was like physically unable. It's like, dude, holy shit. Are people crawling to the bar?
Well, they were like, those were adult slushies because there was like a pina colada one and a
so
cherry
good.
one. I was like, oh god, they're fucking really good. That was in the Dominican Republic, right? I think.
Dude, I was wasted.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be frank.
Well, we went to the Dominican Republic,
St. John?
St. Paul, I think.
St. John. It was definitely St. John.
St. John.
And then,
I feel like that's also wrong.
no, it was St. John 1,000%. 1,000%.
Okay. And then, did we go to Puerto Rico as well?
I get Puerto Rico and the other two-word country mixed up.
No.
Not San Diego. No.
San Diego.
No. Costa Rica.
Costa Rica.
It was definitely Puerto Rico, though.
Puerto Rico, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Rico, yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
All right, let me see.
Yeah, my stupid head. Come on.
Saint. Okay, I'm gonna Google St. John real quick.
We went to St. John.
St. John.
We went to Cokie Beach. I do remember that.
There's a St. John, Indiana. Which,
Screw that place,
yeah,
man. I think it was St. John of the Virgin Islands, maybe. I could be totally wrong here, but St. John sounds so right.
I feel like you are.
Dude,
Let's
I
see.
don't think I am.
I want to see if I can use the locations themselves to see if I can.
Dude, I'm almost positive we were in St. John. Because Puerto Rico was the craziest. While you do this, I'll kind of add some. Puerto Rico was insane because it was 9 in the morning, maybe 8:30, and I walk into the smoke shop and my breakfast was 2 White Claws. What the fuck?
That's how cruises work, dude. I don't know. We'll call it St. John for now. It doesn't matter because they all. I don't remember what any of the places look like.
Yeah.
With separately.
They had at the beach you were talking about with the bar. It was a lemon daiquiri, I think.
Yeah, there were daiquiris.
I think I had 10 of those.
Oh my
They
god.
were unreal. I had like 20 drinks that day, dude.
All they had in that bar were just like mixers,
Mhm.
the liquor, and then like this like little ice machine that was just like churning shit.
For-
That was the whole bar.
So I think I told you this a couple times on the cruise. I'm allergic to barley, which is like the base of dark liquors and beer.
Oh.
So I had to be super, super touchy. It's like even in mixed drinks like High Noons or vodka, I can have those. But
Okay.
like Twisted Teas or whiskey, I can't have those.
Damn. All right.
It's super touchy and they don't have ingredients on them, so I gotta like research it before I go. And we're in the middle of the sea and I can't Google
Yeah.
stuff. So at that bar,
There's just sand and liquor. Deal with it. Hope you can stomach it, bro.
I did. I'm here. But at that bar, they only had tequila, vodka, and rum, which are all clear.
Oh wow.
So I could just do anything, which was awesome.
You're like, sign me
Dude,
up.
Let me
Also,
get one of, and you could double fist them. You remember that? You were
Yes.
like, let me get 2 of those. And they're like, we got you. Dude,
Dude.
it was so funny. I had to tip them boys.
oh
They're
god.
cool, man.
Yeah, because it was just you just ask for it, and they're like,
Yeah.
here you go, and
Dude.
it's like that's it. They're like, have fun.
The last memory I have of that day was eating, and I know we did that pretty early, so
Oh, yeah.
that's not great. But
No, yeah, I think most guys got wiped out that day.
yeah, so
Because that was like the Tuesday of the cruise. We left on a Sunday. Because Monday was like a whole. I think that was like like on the water day, which I'm like, that's pretty cool.
yeah.
Just fuck around on the ship.
Dude, yeah. I can't tell you how many times I had 2 drinks in my hand on that boat. It was insane. I looked like an addict. I don't think I've drank since then, which is crazy. But
Whoa.
yeah.
Well, that was
Cruise
okay.
only.
I had a few drinks, and I had a couple of White Russians, and then I asked for a White Russian, and then one of our plugs.
You had a Tokyo tea.
I had a Tokyo. Yeah, I
That
did.
fucked.
It was green and
Yeah,
shit.
that
It was really.
fucked.
It was definitely was really strong too.
Yeah,
I got a little loose on that.
Yeah, Justin. I think he said it was like a version of a Long Island. or
Yeah,
something.
I think so. Something like that. He knew all
Yeah.
kinds of shit though. He was
Dude was a
the
beast.
plug.
He probably saved my life because of, like I said, my allergy. And I was like, there were so many times I was just not with it, and I was like, Justin, can I have this, dude? Can I have this? He was like, yeah, you're good, buddy.
yeah, dude. It's good. You can
You're
see right
good.
through it. Yeah.
And then a couple times he took some stuff from me, and he was like, hey, you can't have that. I was like, oh, appreciate it, man.
Yeah, because he's like.
Thanks for saving my life right
Yeah,
there.
he's like the Neil deGrasse Tyson of liquor.
Dude, what a dog.
He's a good guy. Yeah.
I literally miss him so much. What a beast.
Justin, which that's just a name to those who are listening. But Justin is Reese, our friend. He was the heir of the Gwynns. Reese's cousin, Michaela's husband.
Bingo.
Yes.
Right.
So There's Ethan over there, me right here, Reese our friend, Reese's cousin Michaela, and then Michaela's hubby Justin. They were all on the cruise, all of them.
The goat.
And yeah, he was a talker, but I really enjoyed what he had to say. Damn.
Justin just did a random breakdance. Do you remember that?
I don't remember this.
Dude, he was spinning on his head. I swear. He was like, hey, watch
You're
this.
making that up.
Dude, I swear. You can call Corbin. He was like upside down. Like just
Want
spinning.
to call Corbin real quick?
Let's do it. I
Fucking,
swear.
all right, hold on.
Justin,
I wonder if I can get
dude,
the audio through the mixer, but I'll probably just use my phone.
That was unreal. Justin was just, oh, dude. I didn't think it was possible. I cannot even move close to that.
Corbin.
And I'm in like my prime, you know. Whenever I'm 20. I'm
Right.
supposed to be moving all loose and stuff. No, not like this, man.
I'm gonna FaceTime his ass too.
Is this the first ever
Yeah, this is
FaceTime on the podcast?
Yeah, if he answers, we'll see what happens.
Clutch up.
Oh my God, no way he answered. Corbin, can you hear me?
I can.
Oh, this
All right,
is
great.
awesome.
All right, I'm on FaceTime right now. Ethan, Retz, and I are recording a podcast.
Oh yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
We were talking about the cruise because that's one of our topics. And do you remember Justin, Michaela's husband?
Oh yeah.
Yes. Ethan told me something I did not know. Did Justin break down and he did a breakdance and spun on his head?
He's like spinning on his head.
Dude, it was insane.
I swear I was telling you, dude. I was telling
It
you.
was ridiculous. We were in the middle of like the club area, and
Oh,
this
yeah,
dude
the
just
club.
like
Unreal.
decides to just break it down and Beyblade rip it in the middle of the dance floor.
Dude, everybody around him was like, what the fuck? Like,
Crazy.
dude, it was insane.
Dude, yeah, everybody around us were just going crazy. It was probably the most impressive feat of dancing I've ever seen in my life.
Me too.
God, the club went crazy because I would just show up. I didn't show up with socks on. I was wearing my glasses and I was like, all right, let's go to the club. Fuck yeah. God,
so
what good
funny.
times that was, dude. We were talking about this the other day. That was 9 months ago. You believe that?
Yeah, that's insane.
9? Really? Wow, that's
I
crazy.
know. It was June last year. It's almost April.
That's wow.
Damn,
That's
that is
bonkers.
crazy.
I
Well,
know.
well, Corbin, thank you for answering the phone call. This was good timing on your end because not that you're hard to reach or anything, but I was just like, out of all the times that I answered the phone, I'd be a little bummed because we're currently recording. Are you
Yeah.
okay with this being on the pod?
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. I don't care.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
But glad we can phone a friend,
Dude,
literally.
yeah. Thank you for confirming.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
absolutely.
I thought Ethan was just fucking with me
No, dude, he busted
No.
down.
on his
Dude,
head.
he was.
Dude, he was like,
oh god.
Have you-
I'll
you
never
remember
forget that
Booker
moment.
T
I was
Spinneroonie?
starstruck, bro.
Booker T.
you remember his spinner Rudy? He'd get down in the ring, do this, and then start spinning.
I think
That was Justin, dude. It was fun without the hand motions.
without the dreads.
Yes, 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 dude. It was unreal.
Ah,
I was
fuck.
in awe. Like my mouth was
That's crazy.
completely open. It was
Ah.
crazy.
Well, Corbin, thank you again for answering the phone call. I gotta get you in the pod eventually. You cool with that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Hell
no.
yeah.
Whenever I get some free time, yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
Just
Yeah,
shoot me
yeah,
a
you-
call
I
or
know
a
you-
text.
Yep, I know you got exams and shit. All my shit's all portable, so I can go your place if we need to, whatever. But I'll get you booked sometime soon.
Yeah,
Hell yeah, dude.
for sure.
All right, well you take care, man. Thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Later.
Yeah, good talking to you.
Absolutely. See you. Bye.
Peace.
But yeah, dude, that was real. I was not lying about that. Justin pulled off. That could be an alien in skin. I'd believe it.
You know what? You know who is an alien in skin? We would be remiss if we brought up Justin without bringing up Neil.
Oh,
Justin's
obviously
Justin's
an alien
son.
in skin.
Justin's son Neil.
Oh, man.
What a sweet kid he is.
A very sweet kid. I do want to get that straight. He's
Most
a nice
certainly.
kid.
But he didn't know how to go along with the jokes very well.
yeah, he was.
And we were all just big fucking kids to him. We were all, some of us have beards and shit. Some of us
Yeah.
don't, And he was just like, I don't like you guys.
He was literally like young Sheldon that didn't know how to joke around.
Yes,
if that makes
God,
sense.
yeah.
And like you would say a joke and you'd be like, for example, you'd be like, your phone case is white. He'd be like,
Yes, actually it's off-white and it's actually a little bit tan, which
Yeah.
white which is not tan. No, you're wrong.
white actually is not a color.
Yeah. It's actually all the colors at
I
once.
love that kid. He's awesome.
He's
but-
good.
God,
He was also a really, really good brother
hilarious.
too. He was like, because Justin and Michaela have their daughter. What's the daughter's name?
Cleo.
Cleo. Yes, Cleo. What a cute ass baby she was.
Very cute.
I bet she's like has to have her driver's license now. Been 9 months and shit. But Neil was a very good bigger brother to her. Very nice.
Yeah, he's a very good kid. He's just fun to be around.
But yeah, fuck. We would push his buttons a little bit, and I felt bad. But it was much more entertaining than it was like a bad for him.
He was like an animated young Sheldon
He
in
was
real life.
Yes.
And Noah loved Neil.
Noah Breen.
Noah Breen.
Noah and I got so close over the cruise, and we weren't even in the same dorm.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Remember he was he gambled for like 15 seconds, and then he just was like, "I'll never do that ever again." He made $20, I think.
Yeah, he might have been like more than that, but I was
not a lot.
Yeah, not a lot.
Not to like buy a home or something.
No, definitely not. Yeah, it's just like, hey, I can buy some lunch when I
Yeah,
get back or something.
right.
But, no,
I got Olive Garden money now. Fuck yeah.
I had been sitting at these damn tables losing money all day. And I'm like, all right, it's time for me to fuck off and go do something else until I come back later.
For those who don't know, cruises have casinos built into them. Like whole floors of the cruise are dedicated to the casino. I think it was like floor like 17 or something like that. 13.
No, it was floor. I think it was floor 7.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
a lot.
Yeah,
It was
you know
7
about
or 8
it
for sure.
Yeah,
But yeah. So we were all chilling on the deck, which we did like every night. It was chill. And I was like, hey, let's go fucking gamble.
Yeah,
you know, like
we got
like I
money.
did every night, which we didn't have money to gamble, but we
Yeah.
did. So Noah finally gives in after I've asked him like 3 times. I'm down like literally like $100 on the day, and we play some roulette. I'm still losing money, and he cashes in on like his second one, and he's like, I need out. He's like asking the dealer to get out. I was like, dude, what? That's honest. That's respect.
You know what? Yeah. And then he call his parents every night, and they're the sweetest people ever.
They are. I love
And
them.
he'd be like, guys, I'm up. And if I'm out, he goes, I'll never gamble again, ever. I'm done. He was like, it was the most like crazy experience of my entire life. With 2 hands of blackjack.
It almost brought me to tears.
It was like in euphoria.
Dude, it was so funny. He was so happy. I was so happy for him too.
God damn.
But yeah, I came out of that boat like down 250 or something.
Damn.
Yeah, I lost a lot of money. But
Shit, that
I had a good
sucks.
time. I had a good time.
I like hanging out at the bar or at the casino because there's just like cigarette smoke and degenerates and just like people. I'm like, you know what? If I hang around here long enough, I'll probably be the most fortunate one.
Dude, you know how weird it was? I had like just turned, I was 18 and a half.
Yes, because your birthday's January 24th.
Or I was
18,
19
and a half. Yes.
Yeah, my bad. Sorry.
You're good.
But definitely not 21 in the States.
No, definitely not.
So it was so weird for me to have a really strong alcoholic beverage in my hand, have a cigarette in my lip, and go sit down at a casino
around strangers.
I was
yeah.
like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, this is crazy.
God, yeah, we were probably the perfect age to experience that.
Yeah,
because
it
we'll
was
never be able to like do that again. Like reimburse the memory or something.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
It's so fucking fun. And I was just about to turn 19, but it was in June. I was still 18 when we did it. There's also the cruise is so fucking cool because there's just food all the time. So there's Chicken Shack. No, I'm sorry, Shack's Chicken. It should have been called Chicken Shack.
I would like to add, the last time I bit into one of the sandwiches, it was like cold and raw, and I was like, hell no. I threw that away. Yeah, I didn't have it more than that.
Damn.
But yeah, they have it. They do have Shack's Chicken.
Like a Draymond Green chicken.
Charles Barkley.
Fucking what was it, Nate Robinson? He's like the 5'9" guy.
Yeah.
He's fucking undercooked, underhyped. Damn.
That's funny.
But they also had Guy's Burgers, Guy Fieri.
They fucked.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
I got Max.
I was about to say your brother.
Yeah, you know what? You tell the story. I live with the guy. You tell it.
Oh my god. So from what I remember, we got there and we just stepped foot on the boat, and he's like, "Where's the fucking burgers at?" I was like, "Where the fuck is Guy Fieri at?" He's just like going off, and I thought he was joking, but he's searching, like he's looking. He was like, maybe one of the first 20 people online.
Probably so.
And then maybe again one of the first 80 people online for the second time. Yeah, he's fucking that thing up,
Yes.
man.
All right. And we were for sure embellishing it, but the running joke was I was like, what number of burgers? And she's like, 28.
Dude, that's fucking unreal.
They weren't like White Castle sliders. They were meals.
Yeah, I mean they're smash burgers, so they're not like super thick.
Right.
But they got everything on
Yes.
it. Like it's got two buns. Like sauce, everything.
And the idea of the cruise is that you're just there to not worry about anything.
Yeah, you're just there.
You
to
pay
have
the shit
fun.
up front, and then food's free. You get to. I was using the gym because I was like, I don't want to, like completely unwind on here.
I did.
Yeah, I mean, I need to go on more vacations later on just to kind of exercise my brain where it's like I'm allowed to unwind, and when we get back, I can hop back on my schedule and everything. But at the time, I was like, I don't know if I had like I had a bunch of performances coming up for the summer, and I gotta practice this shit. And I didn't have a drum set on there at all, so I was worried about that. But we did play a lot of putt though.
That was fun.
Fucking hell yeah, putt was great. There was like a water slide. I didn't go on the roller coaster, but I heard it was fun. There was like the what's the word? I've said the what's the word probably 9 times in this episode. I swear to God. But the obstacle course, like on top, like where it's like those were fun.
That was crazy.
It was some urban air shit, but you're like right over the water the whole time. It was wild.
Dude, I don't know if you did it. They had a little what am I looking for? What's the word?
What's the word?
It's a zip line, and it took you right over the water. If you looked down, you were off of the ship. You were just suspended.
I did not do that, and
I'm
pretty happy I didn't do that.
Dude, Justin was like, "Just do it, dude. Come on, Neil did it."
Neil.
I was like, "All right, if Neil did it, I can do it."
Fine. If Neil did it.
Dude, I was so scared. I looked down and I thought I was gonna piss myself.
Yeah,
dude, it was just
shit.
complete ocean, and if you look at either side, it's also just complete ocean. So I was
That's true. Yeah.
cooked.
No kidding. Yeah.
Yeah.
God, I got so tan. Have you seen the picture of me where I have like I'm legit naked in the bathroom, but I made the sensor bar like way too big.
Dude, yes.
where I'm just it's pale like Irish skin. I don't know if I'm Irish, but I have the complexion if I had. And then I'm just pink everywhere else.
Dude, if you would have added like a blackish brown stripe, you would have been Neapolitan.
Yeah, I would have.
For real. Yeah.
God, so fucking. I am pretty proud of that. How funny that photo is, though.
That was hilarious.
Yeah,
I just received that one day.
Swinging it, yeah.
Swinging the sensor bar.
Fuck. There's also comedy shows on the cruise ship. Routinely. It was a lot of fun. I'm trying to remember all the other things we could do. There was like towards the tip of the ship. There was cars going by. Hear that, everybody?
It's an airplane, actually.
Goddamn right. There was a game show they were hosting and stuff. That was really fun.
Yeah, they had a bunch of trivia.
Yeah, trivia and shit. Oh yeah, we did Friends trivia, which I was really bad at.
They had like a bunch of live action arts. Like,
yeah,
I didn't tap into that.
A bunch of like stage performances and everything like that. Yeah. But cruise is full of shit. There's like little shops around there.
If you were bored on there, it was on you.
Yes, that's exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah, and they even had an arcade. Like if you're Noah fucked that arcade up.
I bet.
Noah lost more money in the arcade than I did gambling, which was like $250. I want to say
you didn't get the experience of the arcade.
I mean,
yeah,
I guess you're right, but
right.
He's happy.
He bought the experiences though.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
you also got to have a cigarette and a drink in your hand at a fucking,
treated like a man.
That's right. You know what? I'm moving up in the world.
Yeah. There was this dude, like, he was a dog. He was just winning so much in roulette across from me. And he had his girlfriend was playing slots or something. And he'd just always be like, "Hey, baby." Just a beast, dude.
Yeah.
And then, holy shit. I can't tell this story really, but me and your brother were chilling on the deck, dude. Oh my god! And
I forgot about the deck,
dude. And this bird, you can hear me in this video. Tell Max to hang on. This is just so beautiful because I'm just trying to get a video of the view. I took like 10 to 15 pictures and videos in this entire 9 days. This one time I take a video, this bird comes swinging in and smacks the glass so hard.
I forgot about that.
Definite brain damage, dude. I got it all on video.
Fuck.
I was just shook, dumbfounded. Everybody was laughing at him. Everybody was
so
like,
fucking
"This fucking bird." Dude, everybody's laughing at him. And this super drunk lady, it's still daylight, I want to remind you.
Oh, yeah.
She hobbles over to this bird and is like, "Hey, you need to get out of here." Like, yeah. And she starts touching it when it's like not moving. I thought it was dead.
Yeah.
And it starts like flapping its wings and everything. She scurries away. And then it finally goes over. That bird is probably dead.
Yeah, no,
But-
yeah, no way.
Dude, it hit so hard. It was like the loudest thing I'd ever heard.
Fucking hell.
And then the same guy from the tables was chilling back there, a little bit like 6 tables behind us.
Uh-huh.
And when we were walking back, he was still there. And I was like, bro, because like he remembered me from the tables too. I was like, bro, did you see that bird? And he was like, bro, yeah. And he started laughing about it. And I showed him the video, and he was like, dog, no way, no way. It was so funny.
That's so fun. It's so fun to run into people that you like. You met in like the first couple of days. You're like,
You remember
hey,
Larry?
it's you again. Fucking
Dude.
Impractical Joker.
No.
Larry,
Oh, no.
Larry, hey Larry.
Different Larry for sure. But
The Larry
Dude.
hack.
I met 2 different dudes named Larry in the same day.
I mean, odds of that are pretty up, but I mean, like
Dude,
that is
no, I
the
didn't
same
talk
day
to, like,
though.
Yeah, I didn't talk to like anybody on that
In
cruise.
that case, yeah.
But yeah, this first guy, you remember the guy that sang Marvin Gaye in karaoke, and he was like, "Let's get it on." He was like getting into it.
I
You know what I'm talking about? That was
didn't do-
Larry.
I didn't do karaoke once on the cruise. I regret it
didn't
real
either.
bad.
That was fucking Larry though, and he was wasted, like 2 in the morning. We were walking back to our rooms, and Larry's fucking hobbling down the hallway, and I was like, seriously, that's what he's saying. I was like,
I've been feeling dry.
I saw Larry, bro. I was like, Larry, you were fucking that shit
Yeah.
up, bro.
That's
Like,
awesome.
he was like, nah, man, no.
Mm-hmm.
Get my boy Larry a deal, bro.
No kidding.
He was a stud.
Ah, fuck yeah.
And then other Larry was just chilling. He was like, I'm Larry.
yeah, you're like, I'm
All
Larry.
right.
What's your name?
Yeah, there were some.
Well, your name doesn't sound like it's Larry. No, I'm not gonna be friends with you. Do you remember making the ice cream coffee frappuccino things?
Those hit, dude.
Oh my god!
So
So
they
they had
had-
hot ass coffee, and then they had really fucking cold ice cream. That's ice cream.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, you might be like, it's using fucking creamer, buddy.
Yeah.
They didn't have any creamer on
Yeah,
the boat.
that's true.
So it was just either black coffee or fuck you.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, let me think of a way around this.
I used
Ice cream.
chocolate ice cream. I think it had vanilla and strawberry and chocolate.
chocolate,
I think
yeah.
we tried all of those.
Yeah, I like
Fuck.
vanilla was gas. It was
Oh
so
yeah,
good.
it was. Yeah, you can't beat that. It's so
Yeah.
good.
Eventually, I started getting a cone and then putting it in my coffee, which was even
Oh.
better, dude.
Oh, like a little.
Yeah, I had
Hell
like
yeah.
8 cups of coffee a day, dude.
Yeah.
It was bad. 8 cups of coffee, 11 mixed drinks, 1 water. Like,
Dude, I forgot about the fucking pizza place they had, where it was open all the time.
oh, dude, yeah, it was open till like 4 in the morning.
Yeah,
and they opened.
I mean,
at
it was
6.
it was the shittiest pizza.
It was so bad.
But it was so what we needed though.
Yeah, like.
And it was so hot.
Because I felt like a slob already. I'm sweating in bed when
Uh-huh.
it's cold. I'm
Yeah.
just like wasted,
It's
feeling
like- it's
bad
like-
about myself.
It's like I'm also like crispy because my skin's all like
Yeah, and
dry.
We're from Indiana.
Yes.
We're past Miami
Uh-huh.
significantly.
Right.
So we're
we were
roasting
in South America.
in the middle of the year.
Uh-huh.
So like it was hot.
Yeah,
But
it was June. It was like the tail end of June. We got back. It was like July 1st when we got back.
dude, our room at like day 6 smelled like sunscreen and ass.
Yeah.
It
Oh,
was
big
bad.
time.
We weren't in there much.
Did you? I know Max and I did this, but did you ever borrow any of Brent's shirts to go to the dinners?
but- No.
Max and I were looking nice in
Dude.
his polos, dude.
I had no idea there would be a dress code some nights, so I'd just be like,
I
I don't think they'll
I mean,
say anything
whatever,
to me.
yeah.
like, but I pulled up wearing the not dressy stuff. Like, I'm talking like slides and
Fuck it, whatever, dude.
it's in the past.
We
nobody,
paid for our
nobody
tickets.
got mad. Yeah.
Whatever.
I still had some lobster.
I remember all the soups I got from. I always get a soup as my
remember.
appetizer. They always had soups, and I was like, I'm trying all these, and those were some dope ass soups. There was like a mushroom one. There was like a couple of weird ones, like a cold cucumber lime one or something. It was fucking.
I remember that one.
Fucking goated.
This guy fucked with the tiramisu. I remember that.
I did.
Yeah.
You're goddamn right. I did.
Dude, yeah, that shit was fire. I can't
Because
lie.
forgot Noah's a goddamn chef.
Yeah, wait.
And he knew everything about it.
Yeah, so. Oh, funny story about Noah. This man almost killed me. Like, have you heard this?
Oh, hold on. We can't talk about Noah and the cruise without talking about Gatorade.
No.
We said it 100,000 times in 4 days.
There's this picture of me absolutely just face planting, just like defeated, and you can see Noah talking in the back. He was saying Gatorade. Dude, it was at the dinner table too. I was just destroyed. I tried to stop it.
Oh,
And
fuck.
he was fucking with Neil at one point, and he was just Gatorade.
Gatorade.
Right
of
to
course,
him, dude.
You know, DJ Khaled was quoting Noah in the infamous
course,
video.
yeah.
Yes, everyone knows this.
Yeah.
Noah said it first. I have a video of him putting a spoon in his nose at the fancy dinner. There's like a tablecloth involved, and he's wearing a fucking Hawaiian shirt with crazy hair, sunscreen on his nose and everything, under his eyes. The spoon sitting there, and he just goes, Gatorade.
Oh my god.
Noah's trying to be a wingman for me on the cruise too.
I remember that.
His girlfriend, which he is in love with, which
Yeah,
was
I'm
so
so happy for
sweet to see him.
Yeah.
Always like just yes.
That was the greatest guy.
Because whenever he would get a little tipsy, he would just be like, "I love my girlfriend so much. God, I love Olivia so much."
I have 2 funny stories about Noah now.
All right, and then but once I get my little wingman spiel out, then you tell me these.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But
for sure.
he was telling me, I'll keep her name out because I never even met her, but he was like, Olivia has a friend, and I was like, tell me more. And then she was like, crossed a lot of my boxes for standards and what, and I was like, all right. So then I think the friend was on the FaceTime call during it because they were roommates. They actually live in Martinsville, I think. And so that was going to be a thing. So her and I were deeming for like 2 weeks, and then it just phased out because I was like, this isn't worth pursuing. But Noah was being a guy though. And then you and I were talking yesterday on the phone in preparation for this. When's the last time you saw Noah?
Oh my god, dude. So Noah was like my first friend ever.
Uh-huh.
Like, besides Reese. Reese and I were born 3 months apart, and like we got put in each other's cribs and stuff. So like, I've known him since I was not remembering, but like memories wise, Noah was my first friend, and
we all went to Paragon together.
Yeah,
for a little
so
bit.
we went on this cruise, and I was like, oh man, my connection's really back with everybody. Like, nice. I'm gonna see Noah again. No, dude, I haven't seen him in so long.
Like, I know.
And like, I was gonna go over there.
It was basically a summer camp.
I was gonna go over there for a Steelers game to his house. I was like, hey, I'm gonna come for the Steelers game. We're gonna hang out, watch the football.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, hell yeah. Then I got sick as fuck. Like, I had, you know how there was like both the flus going around? I think I got them back to back.
Damn.
So yeah, I was dead for like 2 weeks.
That sucks.
Yeah, and out rolls the Super Bowl, and or I might be in reverse order.
Which was like a week after Royal Rumble, right?
No, wait, I am in reverse order. So for the Super Bowl, I was sick. I couldn't go.
Mm-hmm.
And the first Steelers game, it got absolutely. It was the first ice that we got,
Oh.
and I got stuck on
that was like
44.
That was I had to take a day off work in January because of that.
Dude, it was fucked. Yeah.
Fuck all that.
But yeah, and you know where he lives. He's out in the country. And all these curves
off
and
252
hills
and shit.
Yeah, so I just can't do that. So I like flaked on him twice. I feel terrible, but miss you, Noah.
Miss you, Noah.
But okay.
I'd love to get Noah on the pod.
Oh, dude, that'd be an insane one.
Hell yeah. This is currently episode 7 of however many I do forever. And Noah's got to be
69.
before. Oh, maybe
He would love that.
he would love that. But that's ways away though. It's
Yeah.
like a year from now
Yeah.
if I stay consistent. Who knows? I've gone 2 months without putting an episode out.
But we're back.
What was do you remember? Okay, hold on. Do you remember? This was, I think we were all in 2nd grade, but it was you, me, and Noah at your house, and we all spent the night in your room. It was you showed me the movie Monster House this night. Noah and I slept in a bed together. It was so fucking fun.
Yeah, that was a good time.
It was a good ass time.
That was.
I remember we were all trying to go to sleep. It was like, for us it was like, oh my god, it's so late. It was like 1:30 a.m. You know, like fucking that's rookie numbers, but to us it was like, this is big league shit.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. And I remember the only thing I remember is that we were just giggling our asses off trying to go to sleep, and then we just kept saying, like, we had like a chicken nugget motif like joke. We just kept repeating over and over again.
And it always delivered.
Yeah, every time. Yeah, because whenever, it's like when you talk about shit in the back of a classroom, that's like the most pure form of laughter.
Yeah. It's just when you're not supposed to be talking.
Right.
Like when there's someone about to be like, hey, stop.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's the funniest thing they could possibly say.
Cut that off.
I know. If I was a teacher, I wouldn't. I guess I have been a teacher before, but I never really had to like do this. But if I was never like in a classroom setting, it was just fucking kids in a hallway playing drums. It was never like a traditional thing. But if I was a teacher and there was like a couple of kids in the back just fucking giggling their ass off, I would couldn't resist going back there and just like making them like red in the face laugh harder, or I just like just kill them,
dude. Yeah,
and
just call about.
Or
Hey.
I give them a hey, quit it. Walk over there and like I don't know, like fart in their face or something, or give them a story for their whole life. That'd be worth it to disrupt the class act that much.
Bend over to help the person next to him. You know that always happened to you.
Yes.
Teacher's ass is right in your face.
Yeah.
Dude,
And
get this
they're
thing
just-
away
they're
from
just
me.
like,
Dude, and they're standing there helping them for like half the period.
fuck,
Dude, yeah, you just gotta stay away.
A few teachers I didn't mind having them, off record, off record, on record, and a few,
Records aren't a thing.
Nah.
But
how do records even work? There's some like right next to me right now.
dude, that's always
There's
fascinating me.
a needle and at whatever frequency you can hear the drums, the guitar, Paul McCartney's voice, whatever. I have no idea how it works.
Yeah, dude, I don't know.
I feel like whoever came up with it,
It's Satanism.
it's aliens above or below us, whatever.
Hey, we'll take it.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Fucking
they are
fucking
kind of crazy,
ridiculous.
dude. Because like the needle never moves; it just spins. So I don't get it.
I have no idea, but it's like amplified, and then
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Dude, yeah, I don't get it. Because like to burn somebody's voice into a disc, I don't know.
Yeah,
That's weird.
it's everything. It's all the sound possible.
It's perfect. Yeah.
How is this working right now? I'm speaking into this, and then it's going into your ears and my ears and the computer all through my mixer.
And in your ears.
Yes, that's right. The listener. This is the ASMR section.
Let's cut it out.
All the way up.
This is scaring me.
Right, yeah. Imagine me crawling into your brain. I probably do that every episode.
Okay, segue back to Noah. I have to tell the story.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You have two in the chamber?
Yes. Okay, first one's from the cruise.
Please go ahead.
I don't know if Noah's ever drank before, and Justin, like you were saying, he's like the wizard of alcohol.
Yes.
And he gave me this one. It was called a key lime pie, and it was probably like 7 inches tall. It was not a big drink at all.
Tall order. 7 inches.
Okay, yeah, you're right. It was a
Yeah.
huge
Yeah.
drink. Absolutely. I couldn't finish it.
It was
man.
too much of a drink.
Yeah,
arguably
dude.
too much. No one would be happy with this drink.
Not even arguably. It was just massive. But realistically, it's this little drink. And Justin hands it to me. He's like, so in bars in Indiana, they're only like legally allowed to put 2.5 shots in a drink. I just watched them put 5 in this.
Oh my god.
And then hands it to me. And I take a sip of it, and it just it tastes amazing. It was
Really?
insane, yeah. Like there's a little sting, but for 5 shots, dude, I couldn't feel it at all.
Damn.
And I was like, hey, Noah, try this, like jokingly. And he
Oh.
goes, I'll chug it right now. Snatches it out of my hands and just chugs it. And I was like, oh, you're going to be drunk. Like, for sure, dude. And then I had to let Justin know to get me another one because that was fire. But yeah, that was hilarious, dude.
He's
I was like almost in tears. Like,
Is that,
dude,
what
you're
is
gonna
it?
be
A
ripped.
Capri Sun? It's like, yeah, go ahead, dude.
Literally. And I
Go
didn't
ahead,
think he was gonna
Brainstar.
do it, and he just chugged it. I was
God.
like, oh my god, dude. See, that probably hit him so hard, dude. First
I
time. ever.
wonder, because
Yeah, dude. I don't know.
I only ever got a little loose. I don't think I've ever been drunk before ever. Like I'd never even been close to blacking out ever. It's just you just get you get fun. I get really fun. I dance like no one's watching while I'm sober.
Yeah.
You can be a little bit of liquid courage in me. That's how my knee almost got ruined.
I was getting ready to say it is liquid courage.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Dude, yeah, I was doing stuff.
Shameless.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is shame on liquor? Nothing. I have none of it.
That's for my vocabulary.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, so you said Noah was a chef, which is true. He went to culinary school. Very good cook.
Damn right.
But we were in junior year, and I don't know if anybody knows this. You can develop like a peanut allergy, which is what happened to me.
Develop one?
Yeah, so I was like 15, and I got wasted at this party, dude. Fucking like 6 beers in like 5 minutes or something. Like,
Well, that'll
pounding
do
them
it.
down. Yeah, I was wasted. And I'm allergic to barley, which is the base of beer I didn't know.
It was just before you knew that?
Yeah, so I got home, everything was fine, and I was like, all right, I think I'm going to lay down. You can call Reese for this too if you need clarification. I promise this happened. And hives start popping up everywhere on my body. Like my eyes are red, my throat's closing. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So I didn't know what to do. I was like 15. I thought my mom was going to like kick me out if I was like, hey, I'm drunk as fuck, but I'm like dying.
Yeah.
I was wasted, dude. I didn't know what I was doing. So I called Reese, and I'm like, hey, do I look all right? Like, do I look okay? He's like, no, yeah, something's going on. And I was like, all right, I don't really know what to do, so I'm gonna just go to sleep. And he was like, all right.
Reese, Dr. Professor fucking Reese over here. Yeah.
Like, I love Reese, but if I'm dying,
I'm not calling Reese.
Yeah, I should have woken up my mom.
Yeah, he did bring a shovel to my house last night to help with the gravel. I did not expect him to have a shovel in tow, but I mean, first time ever being reliable ever. It was ridiculous.
But yeah, dude, I called Reese when I was almost dying, which would have been hilarious if I did die.
Yeah.
But
Reese was like, "All right, well,
I'll see you tomorrow."
Yeah.
But back to Noah being a chef. I developed allergies. I can't eat any tree nuts. I can have coconut if you want to count that, but
sure,
whatever. Can't have anything like that. Noah comes in from culinary school because it's only like half the day, and he comes back to the high school for the rest of the day. And he's like, dude, I made these cookies. You have to try them. And he's like, we're in like a group of 4 or whatever. And I only remember Brady Bagley. You remember him? He was there. What a beast.
I think so. Was it our grade?
Yeah. He was pretty quiet, but he was a good guy. Anyway, friends with Noah and everything. We were all in this group, and he's like, dude, you got to try these. And I'm like, hey, are they peanut butter? You know, because one of my closest friends, he knows that I have a peanut allergy.
Yeah.
He doesn't say a word. He just opens the box. So I'm assuming, like, that means, like, no, bro, you're good. Of course I would let you know. So, dude,
bold of you to assume that.
Yeah, dude, yeah. So I'm like, all right, I take one. I eat, like, over half of it in one bite because I'm a fat kid. I'm like, oh,
yeah, wait.
Cookies are being offered to me in school. I'm eating one.
Right.
But I eat almost all of it in one bite, and I was like, damn, this is really good, but what is it? Because I hadn't had peanut butter in so long.
Oh.
And I was like, fuck, that's peanut butter. And I start freaking out. I'm like, Noah, these are peanut butter. And he's like, yeah. So I'm
like, so it's like fucking, yeah, dude, no shit, Sherlock. Yeah.
I think it like locked in for him 20 seconds later when I start panicking and I'm like already gone because he was just so nonchalant about it. Like, yeah. Dude. And then the next class I go to, which I start dying in, like literally, is Mr. Armstrong's.
Oh, whoa. That's
fuck this
chemistry.
guy. Yeah, let's be real. Fuck this guy. You can come at me if you want. This dude had it out for me.
Really?
Yeah.
I like Armstrong, but go ahead.
Dude, no. I can't. That's a different story. But I was like, hey, I think I'm like dying. I had peanut butter earlier. I thought I was going to be all right, but like I can't really breathe and I'm sweating really bad. And he's like, what'd you say? Had to repeat myself to him.
God.
And he's like, okay, sign out and go to the clinic. You're telling me to sign out? Yeah. I have seconds left to live, possibly. Sign out for me.
Well, autograph one last time.
Fuck you, buddy. I just walked out, dude.
Yeah, of course.
He failed me 3 times, and the only, like, the lowest grade I ever had in high school was a C. Like, I was doing the work and everything. He failed me 3 times. Kind of absurd.
It does suck. But I heard, I do like him. Like, I only ever had him around the theater people because I was always a drummer for shit. And he was always very nice to me and stuff. I actually got him Bob's Burgers graduation socks whenever he retired. I'm sorry, that sucks.
So mean to me.
Rick was always good to me.
No, he's a terrible person to me.
But I heard he was bodaciously on the record, not off the record. No, on the record, bad teacher. Especially in physics.
It's
or,
just like he
chemistry.
didn't care, dude. It was crazy.
I don't know.
Like I was visibly going through it. Like McKenna Hall was sitting next to me and she was like, McKenna. Hey, like he's not okay right now.
Like, yeah, McKenna is for sure to have a good time person to have on your team for that. Yeah,
like I was literally red in the face and I was like,
yeah,
like dying.
Dude, McKenna.
Sign out for me. Fuck you, dude. I'm out of here. Dude. This is the last period of the day too. I had my mom pick me up.
Yeah,
that was not having.
God, that sucks.
Dude, yeah.
McKenna though, actually back on the topic of my knee, I showed a bunch of people in junior year my nussy because it was just so fucking funny. And
still is.
I think that was the dawn of me being like, oh, I think I really enjoy making people laugh. This is like the most fun feeling to have. But then a completely separated time from the knee thing. McKenna sat next to me during one of the trimesters of U.S. history, and there was I know exactly what day it was because it was a Adam Sandler lookalike day when they had like the Spirit Week, and I did that one pretty well.
Yeah.
And I was given an apple from someone's lunchbox, and I ate every bit of the apple. Like I got to the core and I was like, what do I do with this? And I was like,
I'm gonna just eat it. Oh my god.
From top to bottom.
Caterpillar.
I believe I ate the stick or two for the bit. and she documented the whole thing. Shout out McKenna.
That's funny. Yeah,
That's
she was a goat.
Dude, her and her boyfriend, fuck, I haven't seen them in a long time. Forget this guy.
Jaden, I think.
Jaden,
that sounds
yes.
right.
It's for sure Jaden. Jaden, absolutely. They have a house now.
Is that real?
That's crazy.
Fuck yeah, good for them.
I know. But it's like so many people are either like, man, they're still doing the shit they used to do. But also people over here from high school are like, what? You're setting a fucking high bar, dog. Like, Jesus.
I know some people on some deep shit right now.
Yeah.
But also, yeah, I know some people who are up, so it's kind of crazy to see.
It's fun, but it's a weird time, especially like the first 10 years of high school after high school are just weird.
Yeah.
In terms of all that, but damn.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy.
Let's see. Well, we talked about Royal Rumble. We talked about the cruise. We talked about our coming up childhood stuff.
Back to the Royal Rumble for a second.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I don't know if you saw that Kevin Owens Cody Rhodes match.
I've heard something about it.
I thought Kevin Owens died. Like,
damn.
You know what an Alabama Slam is?
I know Alabama Hot Pocket.
Totally different.
I'd hope so.
It's like
they can't put that on television.
It's like you're standing right here, and I put my leg my head under your legs. I pick you up like this, and your legs are right here, and I like use your momentum and slam you on the ground.
Okay.
He was standing on the.
I hope the listeners got that.
Yeah. Hopefully. Anyway, it's kind of like a power bomb. He's just up on your shoulders and you slam him. But he was standing on the announce table, and there was a ladder bridged from the ring to the announce table.
Oh.
Threw him right on the ladder, and his head went through, and like you couldn't see anything. He was just like folded backwards. I thought he was dead.
That's
like,
crazy.
I thought I witnessed murder. I looked at my buddy sitting next to me. I was like, "Is he okay? Is he all right?"
Fucking hell.
It was crazy. It was one of the most gruesome matches I've seen.
Damn.
For sure.
Well, I wish we were born like 15 years younger so we could be growing up during like the Attitude Era.
Fuck.
Because I mean,
it was
probably 20 years before we were born, because we missed all that.
Yeah.
We missed every bit of that.
For sure.
But there was I have matches on DVD, probably right over there. They see like the ladder match one. There's like Edge and Christian, the Hardy Boys.
Oh shit, that's fire, dude.
The Hardy Boys. Fucking, I just mean Jeff and Matt Hardy, and then the Dudley Boys, like that 6-man. Ever seen those matches before?
Yeah.
But like, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I have a guest.
No fucking way, you cute ass. Come here. What up?
Say hello to the pod, Max Franklin.
What's up, podcast? What's the word on that root beer?
Oh, I bought that root beer for Max Franklin. I was at the gas station. I got myself a Nesquik strawberry milk. I got Mama Diet Coconut fountain drink. I was like, well, I can't let Max hanging. So I got Max a Barks root beer.
I appreciate you.
I hope you appreciate. Yeah, absolutely.
Shirt's fire, by the way.
Thank you.
He's wearing a Marlboro Red on the pocket t-shirt. Oh, you mean?
Both sound good.
Oh yeah, I saw Instagram. Come.
Oh yeah.
As you were. As you were. As I wanted.
Happy man when he got his root beer.
Oh, big time. Yeah, I knew that. Yeah, we go. What's the verdict on that root beer? That root beer's got your name on it, man. That's the verdict.
That is yours, my friend.
Yeah, he loves himself some Barks.
Hell yeah.
That's for damn sure, right?
An A&W guy, but
I will just drink root beer. It's whatever. I think I do like Mug the most, but I'll drink a Great Value root beer, dude.
Have you heard that?
Oh, we gotta talk about Walmart. Now we're on the podcast.
Fuck that.
We gotta shit on that place real bad.
God.
What were you gonna say though about the Great Value ginger ale, maybe?
Oh yeah, it's just new.
Mm-hmm.
I like ginger ale, so I might try it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Do you have an upper decker in right now?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. I do. It was a lower decker a couple minutes ago.
I thought you had like a third tooth, and I was like, no,
that's a Zinner.
No,
that's a little Zinner.
Zinner in the center. Yeah, that's good.
Peppermint, sponsor me, please. I love you. But yeah.
Well, so Ethan and I, when did you get hired at Walmart? I forget.
It was like October of 23, which makes me mad to say.
But that means we only had like a month of crossover.
Yeah, so I got
hired in June of 22, and I left in November of 2023.
I definitely got hired mid-October.
Yeah, okay.
But
it's like 6 weeks.
I get hired there. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm working with Luke.
Uh-huh.
And Luke's like, hey, I'm quitting.
Yeah.
Like, bro, fuck.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
And
no.
it hasn't been good since. So.
And that was
Over
over
a year ago.
a year and a half ago now.
Dude, fuck.
It's gonna be April next week.
I just gotta get my ass something new.
Well, I mean, it was a good high school job for me and everything.
For sure.
And
Great
but
high
then I
school
had
job.
I was working at Greeks in September and October, so I was doing this like weird overlap thing. I was also working in the middle schools too, and I was tutoring math
Busy
and doing
man.
private drum lessons and shit. Like, but now I have one job, which I really like.
That's good. I want to find something I like.
Yes.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. It's I mean, the work itself is fucking. It's necessary because I work on a medical product, so a lot of it's for like IVF stuff. So like people are trying to who can't have kids or are trying to inseminate people, not just people. I mean like
Right.
You're not like get over here, stranger.
Hey, you get over it. Scorpion him.
So I'm not like the kind of guy to like take ultimate pride in my work and like wear the shit outside, but it's more like, oh, I feel like my job's important, and and so it was the kind of job that like they definitely didn't like shut down during COVID. One of those jobs, but this is the first job I've ever had during that. But Walmart though, let's see, it was like I said, it was probably. I'd recommend any high schooler to go do it because there's a good social circle of like high school kids working there all the time. Sure. It's a revolving door of high school kids, and it paid well, paid for my gas, and I was able to pay for a bunch of drum stuff that I wanted to buy at the time, which I didn't have access to until I got that job. So I made a lot of memories with another Ethan. I like him on the pod too.
He was gone before I was there too.
Fuck yeah. God, I mean, fuck, damn,
dude,
fuck, and then a negative word after fuck.
Yeah. Blank.
Yeah, fuck, blank.
Full interpretation.
Yeah. Oh fuck. How about that? Ethan Hainline we're talking about.
Goat.
God.
I Christmas shop with him every year. Fun fact.
Really?
Yeah, it's been like a 3-year cycle, I think.
You do this past year?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's the man.
We need to bring back Guess That Weight.
Oh my god, dude! I remember that.
I love that. I love that game so much. If those of you don't know, basically, on our breaks, Ethan and I would take our breaks together, and on these breaks, we'd find items around the store, which was very easy to do because it's a super center.
Yep.
And then we'd go back to the produce area, and we would guess that weight.
It was a game show.
It was a game
pretty
show
tapped in
on my Snapchat, and it was so Ethan was really big on it. Yeah, this Ethan right over here.
Hello.
Damn, yeah, that was a really good memory.
Dude, I was so close to getting the line sometimes.
I know.
And then he quit.
I
never got it.
Shit.
That's sad. Yeah, you got to bring it back. So
I gotta bring it back. Yeah, anytime Ethan comes to town, I always try to see if he can go do it. Last time we did it was like December 2023. We're due. We're fucking due for one.
Due as fuck.
God.
Ethan Hainline, man, he's a beast.
He's a beast.
He's in Cincy, isn't he?
Yep, Cincinnati.
What a dog. Check him out. He draws, by the way.
He does
Ethan
draw.
Hainline draws.
He's a big time drawer.
He funny story. He drew my tattoo that I have on my thigh right now.
Really?
Yeah.
I definitely need to get him do that because his shit's always so sick, and I would love to have it on my body.
I'm gonna sleeve my thigh out eventually, but
oh really?
To start it, yeah. I'm gonna get this cross that runs from like right above my knee all the way up to like my ass, and it's gonna be for Braden. It's gonna be sick, dude.
Hell yeah!
It's gonna be huge. It's probably gonna be like $1,500. I'm gonna be real.
Well,
but
that's you'll pay it off with memories.
Yeah,
it's all good.
20 years maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm super excited. I love tattoos. And yeah, he drew mine, and we had to dumb it down a little bit because like for all the detail, it probably would have been like $700, and I wasn't trying to do that.
You're
so
like,
I was like, kind of use this as a reference, and
but
it looks almost the same.
Yeah, but he's a pen wizard.
Yeah,
and you wouldn't expect
crazy.
it. Because he's like, I feel like usually those kind of guys are kind of reserved. He's a very flamboyant, socially accepted man. Yeah. It's really cool.
He's a beast.
Yeah, dude.
Good guy. We are like 700 and something in 2v2 basketball. That's a real stat.
Really?
Yes. We're the Rhinos.
700 and like games?
Dude, yeah, we had a tracker at some point. Lost it, but this has been going since like 5th grade.
Wow.
Yeah.
You guys go to Green together?
Yeah. So at Green, my mom used to. There was like an after-school program for people who maybe the bus didn't go out that far, and
I got you.
And their parents had to pick them up, and they had work.
Was
so
it like the Blitz program or something?
It was like a YMCA kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, she watched like, I don't know, 10 kids after, and it was chill. I got to go hoop and everything, and Ethan Hanlon was there a lot. And then, dude, we'd pick out. They were usually a grade below us. It would be like us two, you two, right now. Dude.
Dude, the two of you with the crazy confidence, no one can say no. They're like, it'd be easier if we just did it and then fucking got our shit kicked in. We just leave.
Dude, we won every time. It was so funny.
All right, well,
I mean, they're not legitimate 700
wins. Yeah, no, yeah.
They're not legitimate wins.
Yeah, they're not even playing field wins.
Oh, dude, they were so
more
fun.
baskets on top of them, though.
Oh, it was so fun. Yeah.
Fuck, that's funny.
Dude, yeah.
You'd be like, you, us,
and then
it's over.
If we ever started losing, we'd just, like, signal Rhino, and we'd just put our head down and run into these people. And just get straight to the basket. It's like, Rhino. Dude, yeah, it was crazy.
Before he left for college, we made a point. We went to Green Township, itself, and we went out just to shoot hoops a little bit. And I was just dog ass. So fun. I'm so bad at basketball. It'd be so nice if I was good at basketball because of the way I'm shaped. But I just I've never ever excelled in it ever. Maybe like River Valley.
Dude, I was always
River Valley basketball.
I was like 350 running out there giving people buckets, dude. I was a big boy. I've lost a lot since then.
Oh, most certainly, absolutely.
Yeah, but
350 is crazy though.
Dude, I pushed like 380 when I got up super big, and I was like, all right, bro, I
had no idea you were that big.
Dude, I was massive. I got this picture I could actually find.
I love pictures on podcasts, but I do want to see this though.
Dude, it was crazy. I was like, it's kind of unrecognizable. I didn't have a full beard then. It was like 2 years ago.
Uh-huh.
But dude, I don't even look like me. It might take me a minute to find it, so I'll keep chatting it up.
I've gone. I was like, my freshman year, I was really skinny, and then whenever COVID hit, you put on weight. I think everyone did.
Yeah.
So then I burned all that weight off by my junior year. I was skinny again. Then I just put on more weight by my senior year. I've been pretty good since then. The most heavy I was like 205, I think.
I think I was 378, bro. That was huge.
Crazy numbers.
Yeah. Dude,
and now I'm floating around like 190, so that's a comfortable weight.
I'm comfortable saying now I'm like 260, but I'm pretty built too.
No, for sure, yeah. No, you have the frame for it. You don't need to be any smaller.
Dude, here it is. That's not edited.
Oh my god.
Dude, I was a lard.
You were
I was a slug, bro.
Dude. That's wild, but your beard looks good on you though.
I appreciate it. I just got it cleaned up a couple days ago.
That hair you used to have though, that mop shit.
Whew, it's coming back soon.
You grew it. I mean, you got rid of it for a while though, but yeah.
Hey, shout out Levi Cunningham. He cuts me up right every time.
Oh hell,
I guess people asking like where I got cut from. Yep.
Mm-hmm. I do my hair myself. So.
Do you? That's impressive. I didn't know that.
It's actually this week. I was thinking about. I'm like, I wonder if I'll bring this on the podcast this week. We'll see. I have two. Damn, that's a good photo of that
Dude,
cut. Hell yeah.
He cooked up.
No kidding. I have two work wives. Shout out Christina and Heather. I don't think I've talked about them because they weren't really my work wives about 2 months ago. But since then, I see them every time I go to work. Yeah. Well, I guess Monday through Thursday. They don't work on Fridays. But Christina was down in the cafeteria because she had to get hand surgery recently, so she can't work on the floor.
Damn.
So, but she's good though. She's all right. But I walked down on one of my first breaks, and I was like, Christina, I need to take a picture of the back of my head. And she was like, what? I'm like, just do it, please, just do it. And then I turned around, and she just bursted out laughing, because all it is, I have a buzz cut. I just mow grass. That's all it is. I use the same trimmer on everything.
Fair enough.
Fucking dick, balls, neck of my almost said neck of my beard, neck beard, everything. And I just fucking. So it looked great from the front. I got the right length and everything. And then there was this whole strip in the back that I forgot. It was very small, but enough where I was like, God fucking damn it. And then because the way like my head was laying like prior to the haircut, like it was like a whole patch that like didn't get cut. And I was like, dude,
a little cornrow.
No, fuck, it was so bad. And then she was just like, she couldn't take the picture, but she was just laughing her ass off. So I appreciate the compliment, but I'm still learning. But the hardest part that I fuck up sometimes is getting the fade from the sideburn to the actual hair itself.
Do your own beard?
Everything, yeah.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. I can't do this.
I've been doing this for a long time though, and I haven't messed up in like over almost it'd be 5 years since I've messed up. I had to go fully. I'm like, oh shit, we gotta go bald. It was one of those moments.
I tried once to like line up my mustache. I wasn't touching my beard. Like it was long at the time. I wasn't gonna mess that up. It would be terrible. But I like tried to line it up, and I looked at it. I was like, Yeah, so I haven't tried that shit again.
I just do everything.
But-
I'm gonna look hella good in the apocalypse. I'll be the freshest motherfucker.
Dude, you will be.
I'll be
Unless
like-
I got like Levi kidnapped.
Yeah.
Hey, come on, like, dude.
Barking at him.
No, he's cool though. I love.
Where's
that guy.
this? It's in Bloomington, right?
Yeah, it's called Faded. It's Faded Barbershop in Bloomington.
Damn, because I mean,
They're cool.
I don't
dude.
I don't feel bad about not going because I have no reason. I don't go to any barber. I've been
They're
doing
so cool.
Mhm.
Like if Max ever gets cut up,
Oh.
and you're like, and he's like, dude, I don't know who to trust. Send him there, bro. It's so fun,
I kind of want to go just to fucking just to chat with them and shit.
dude. Yeah, they got when I walked in there, I had to wait like 10 minutes because he takes his time. He gets
Yeah,
people right,
no, of course,
which I
right.
appreciate.
Yeah,
You know?
it's an art. It's a fucking art.
Seriously,
he
yeah,
does.
I told him he's an artist. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I was just chilling, waiting, and there was a PlayStation 5 hooked up. People were playing Madden. They were getting
What?
into it. I swear.
What?
This dude was like, no. Like, it was just a good environment. Dude.
That's a region of life I like never really delve into. I like Mario Kart and like the Wii and shit, but like those kind of games where you know people they're like, oh, I gotta lock in.
Dude.
I just like Madden and like all those like like fucking Call of Duty and shit like that. It just shit I've never really cared to play or like.
I'm like an all sports game guy.
Mhm.
Like the only shooter I ever really played was Fortnite. So I wasn't ever a Call of Duty kid or anything. It was my dad put 100 points on me with Kobe Bryant when I was like 7, and I always wanted my get back. So
oh shit.
I was grinding until I beat him, and then the grind didn't stop for a bit. So
Oh damn, yeah.
I haven't played.
Well, but games you get hella invested though.
Yeah, dude, seriously, because you can do whatever.
Yeah,
you know?
right. Mm-hmm.
So I played 2K for like a decade, like getting the new one and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I have the new one still. It just takes up so much space, and it's not really worth
Yeah,
it.
and it's also
kinda
like
the
it's
same
kind of a
thing.
commitment to like kind of use all that.
And you got to keep up with it, or you're just gonna get smoked by some random.
Yeah,
and
right.
You're just gonna have
Fuck,
a bad
yeah.
rest of your day.
Yeah, that sucks.
So yeah, I'm really big on WWE right now. Of course
Uh-huh.
I am. You know, listen to how this started, but
Oh, most certainly, yeah.
but dude, it's fun. It's awesome. It's really fun. You
And
can
so,
do a lot of shit.
what? So it's Raw and SmackDown every week,
Mhm.
and then is there any other ones you catch up with?
I watch NXT sometimes. It's on
Okay.
Tuesdays. I have so much respect for NXT because they're gonna be running WWE in a couple
Yeah,
of years.
of
Like
course.
a couple
You know, a lot
words.
of
A lot of them are.
those. Yeah.
So I have a lot of respect for him. I like to go in and watch him. Like there's this guy named Javon Evans. He might be younger than you. He's 19 still, I think. And
Why? I'll be 20 in July, so put it that way.
he's probably a little old. He's younger than me, I
Uh-huh.
would like to say, which is insane. But he's out there, like, he had a match against Randy Orton not long ago.
What the fuck?
Younger than me, bro. Yeah, like, it's crazy.
Randy Orton.
Dude, literally. And,
Which means Randy Orton debuted in WWE
oh, shit.
2000,
I don't know if we were alive.
2004.
Yeah.
I think he was at least there in 2004. Maybe 2002 he was debuted.
Dude, no.
No, I think before John Cena though.
Dude,
John
no,
Cena was
yeah.
2002. Ruthless aggression.
No, I
with
think-
Kurt Angle.
I think that's right. I think Orton might have been, like, 01, dude.
I mean, because his dad was in it. You know.
Because he had that, he was like the youngest champion ever. I
Uh-huh.
remember that. And then he had this legend killer, like it's still his thing. He had this
Yeah.
legend killer feud with the Undertaker when he was still really young.
Yeah.
Which
He was like 24,
2000
I think.
Yeah, and that was like 2007, I want to say.
That's crazy.
Somewhere around there. I'm not too
So
tapped in. Like
I have like this the top 100 moments in SmackDown for the first 10 years from 99 to 2009, and there's a few matches in there sometimes, and there's an Undertaker Randy Orton match I've seen up like probably 12 times, but it's from 04 though, and I don't know if that was during their feud or anything, but
it might have been then, dude. Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, that means for sure he's been at least wrestling longer than that kid's been alive.
Yeah, Randy.
That's wild.
Yeah, dude,
That kid. Yeah.
like credits to Randy Orton too. He just returned not long ago, and he looks great.
Oh,
dude.
it's crazy.
Like you can tell he's aging in the face, but
Yeah, because his face is all wide and shit now.
Yeah,
but I
but
mean, he's got the fucking
dude,
build.
he's got the body of like a 20-year-old athlete
Uh-huh.
still. Like it's crazy, but yeah, dude.
Actually, him and Sheamus were put this video on YouTube, I think, and they were talking about doing like reverse curls, where you grab the bar from the top and kind of pull. So it's to kind of get your forearms worked out. Those work.
Yeah.
I was doing that, and I was like, thanks, Randy.
Thanks,
Fuck
Randy.
yeah, thanks, Randy and Sheamus.
Funny thing, I think your mom loves Randy Orton because I remember my mom saying that.
My mom loves Roman Reigns.
I think it was Randy Orton for a bit, dude.
Sure, maybe, but
Because
my mom loves
okay,
Roman
that's fair.
Reigns.
Like
Listen to the words
I love
coming out of my
Roman
mouth.
Reigns. That's fair.
Roman.
I understand.
Mhm.
I totally get that.
With his new teeth.
But every time that I mention Randy Orton to my mom, she's like, "Isn't that the one Stephanie likes?" It's like, maybe, dude. I don't know.
It's been a while. I mean, well, my dad's name's Randy, but they
Well,
don't
yeah.
like each other anymore.
I hope she didn't get mixed up like that.
No,
That would
yeah.
be crazy.
You know, Luke Orton. I mean, Franklin.
But yeah, back to Javon Evans. Dude,
Viper.
like, I watch NXT because of just the potential, pretty much.
Right, yeah.
Like,
Because I've been on this guy forever, yeah.
yeah. So
Well, I mean, I probably spend more time listening to podcasts every week than you do, like watching all that shit. But I mean, because I watch Kill Tony every Monday. That's my WWE because it's basically Raw, right? But Tony Hinchcliffe is a huge wrestling fan.
did you see that he's doing the roast of WrestleMania?
Yes, on April 20th.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh. This is all
It's like right after everything, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
But
What a
dude,
cool crossover. Good for him.
Yeah,
I'm so
for
happy
real. I
for
thought
him.
that was awesome.
He's fucking killing it.
I thought it was fake when I saw it. And I was like, holy shit, it's
He had
real.
he had the Undertaker on at the HEB Center and during New
Really?
Year's. He said,
Dude, I didn't know that.
fucking wild.
What a beast. Yeah, shout out Tony Hinchcliffe.
Tony Hinchcliffe.
But yeah, did you remember the Shield? We talked about
Oh yeah,
that.
the Shield.
NXT's kind of doing something
Come
like
off
that right
from
now.
the fucking helicopter and through the fucking nosebleeds and shit.
That's what they're doing.
Uh-huh.
They're called Dark State, I think. And it's a bunch of crash outs.
Oh,
pretty
wow.
much. And they come in there and they'll be like, hey, this is our shit, man. Beat people up, man. It's pretty awesome.
Damn.
I love NXT. They're cool. But it's just, that's a dedication because Raw is already 2.5 hours every week.
Yeah, at
SmackDown's
least,
3
right.
hours.
Uh-huh.
So there's already like half of the day that I'm awake, like
Uh-huh.
6 hours.
Yeah.
It's all going to WWE that week. So
But I mean,
it's worth
good,
it.
Good product though, right?
Yeah. For
And
sure.
what is it all on Netflix now?
If you're in Canada or overseas, yeah. Which sucks.
So Raw is on Netflix.
Raw's on Netflix, and you still get commercials in the States, and SmackDown's still on USA.
Okay.
You obviously still get commercials, but like,
Yes, right.
say you're in Canada, you don't get any commercials, and you get everything on there, like every pay-per-view, every SmackDown, every Raw,
On
and you can
Netflix?
go watch them back. Yeah,
Whoa.
yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Like basically that's like WWE Network, but on Netflix.
but better too,
But
because you
damn,
have
yeah.
like everything. Yeah,
Damn, yeah,
it's
wow.
crazy. You don't even have to record it. They're
Well,
just in
like
there.
about a year ago, it was all on Peacock, was it not?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
dude, I think Peacock still does something, but it's
Huh.
just cheaper to have Netflix. You know.
I understand, yeah. But also that's like into a wider variety. That's why Cody Rhodes went on Two Bears, was because it was like right around the transition period where they're going to debut in
That makes
January.
sense.
Yeah, good shit.
Yeah, that was crazy. Travis Scott came out smoking a joint. Did you see that?
No, I did not.
Yeah, he came out and he was with Jey Uso. Jey Uso's not a tag team guy anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's like
Is there like
fighting for the
Is there
championship
a
this WrestleMania.
feud with them, or did they just split up?
No, so they had a piss poor match. It was so bad at
Oh.
WrestleMania like 2 years ago, and then they're cool now. Like Jimmy's helping build a storyline, but he's Jay won the Rumble that I was at. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It was a curveball. And he's fighting Gunther. It's just not built well. You know, it's not like that's the championship match, and then the match that's closing night one is CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins without a belt.
A triple threat?
Yeah,
It's
just,
fucking because?
yeah, it's just gonna be better.
Oh
So,
my god. Well, because Dean Ambrose is he AEW right now?
unfortunately, he's probably never gonna come back.
Yeah. Well, what's his actual name? Because I don't think he's wrestled.
John Moxley. That's his real name, but that's what he goes by.
They're like, fuck Moxley. You're gonna be Dean,
Dean Ambrose,
followed by Ambrose.
It worked, man.
I know. Fuck
It
yeah.
worked.
I remember when the Shield debuted. I remember when the Wyatt family debuted.
Oh my!
Which only one Wyatt family member still with us.
Rest in peace, Brady.
That
Rest in
sucks.
peace, Luke. Yeah, that's rough.
Luke Harper. Yeah. Damn.
Brody Lee, better known by honestly, because he went to AEW for a bit too, and he was great.
And he was the ginger guy. Always wore the lamb mask.
That's Rowan. Luke Harper was a
Well, no, I know Luke Harper, but is that what you're talking about? I meant
yeah.
I meant the guy who's still with us.
yes, yeah. He's actually still in the WWE.
Oh
He's,
shit.
yeah, he. Do you remember Bo Dallas? We believe.
Yes, we both. Yeah.
That's Bray Wyatt's real brother.
Oh.
Yeah, so his name's Taylor, like real life name.
Uh-huh.
But Bray Wyatt was getting into this like the Fiend, that was his gimmick,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was like a different state of him. It was like a demon or whatever.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing some of that shit. Yeah.
And then he brought in his brother as Uncle Howdy's kind of stupid name,
Mhm.
but whatever.
Oh, howdy.
Now Uncle Howdy's got this like little cult, and Eric Rowan's still in it, which is cool.
Uh huh.
So
Well, shit.
I do get sad seeing him every time though,
No, yeah.
because I want the OG3 back.
Right, of course. That shit was electric because the Shield and the Wyatt family, they're both groups of three. It was just wild shit. And
Dude, didn't we see that?
I feel like we maybe I definitely was around. Like, they did a cage match once,
dude. Yeah,
I know I saw this because you and I went once. I remember because I went to 3 different shows,
and I remember we went together once,
Mhm.
and we were at the same one once. We just weren't
okay.
together.
That
And
makes sense.
It had to have been.
Had to have been the one with the cage match.
Yep.
Because
Dude, I was literally just thinking like, no fucking
'Cause
way. We
CM
got the Shield versus the Wyatt family in a cage match
Yeah,
for free,
I was
right?
like, I'm like, yeah.
Wow,
Fuck
I guess we
yeah.
did. That's crazy.
Wild. Back then was fucking crazy.
Holy shit.
Because I remember the first time I ever went, we had seats close to like the aisle. My family, it was the 4 of us. We all went, and then that was back when Dolph Ziggler was like with AJ Lee and Biggie Langston.
Holy shit.
It was like 2013, I
What
think.
a pull.
I know. AJ Lee was probably the lead actress of most of my wet dreams when I was from like from like 10 to like 11.
You know she's married to CM Punk? Real
Yes.
life? Crazy.
You know CM Punk's real name?
Phil, I think.
Nope, it's a centimeter.
Damn.
Centimeter punk rock.
Punk rock. But yeah, he's a beast, dude. He's like 40 something.
Damn, yeah.
Doing great, dude. Like he's awesome.
And he's back, right?
Yeah, so
Mhm.
dude, he
Pepsi tattoo and everything.
pretty much, let me sum this up for
Post
the
Dan.
non-WWE fan.
Post Dan Peppy.
Yeah. So pretty much you're an actor in a live movie and you get given a script that pretty much makes you look like an idiot after years of hard work you put in.
Mm-hmm.
He goes out there on the live screen, throws the script away in his head pretty much, sits down cross-legged, and pretty much says, fuck this company and everybody in it.
Uh-huh.
And then leaves and doesn't return for 10 years. But while he was gone, everybody was still chanting CM Punk at just random times. Had to piss the company off.
I bet. That's so
Dude,
fucking weird.
It's so funny. Like
That is pretty funny.
he was just off the face of the earth, and then some random guy would start it and be like,
yeah.
CM Punk!
It's like a women's match. You're just like,
Yeah.
fuck all this.
Let's chant for CM Punk.
Centimeter.
But yeah, dude, and he came back unexpectedly. Nobody expected it. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, he returned 2 years ago now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure at that point we all figured that it was just gone. You know, he's never going to come back.
Yeah.
And then he just randomly came back.
That's
It was
wild.
fucking awesome. Had, like, the best crowd reaction
Yeah.
ever.
And he's
So
been
loud.
doing this shit at least since the 2000s.
Oh, dude, he's been doing it since the 90s for sure.
Oh,
Since he
wow.
was, like, a early teen. He's
Mhm.
a beast.
That's wild.
Absolute beast.
Well, shit, it's about 8 o'clock, and that was when we're going to wrap up.
Well, thank you for having me.
Oh, absolutely, dude. This
It was
was
a good time.
a lot of fucking fun.
Yeah.
We got through all the topics. I hope I want to talk about the trampoline. I want to talk about the cruise, wrestling, and all the other shit. Good stuff. Learned a lot about other Ethan the Rhino Squad. Fucking
Oh, dude, we were
devious boys.
Yeah, we were unstoppable.
Mhm.
I'm sure we'd still be.
Yeah, I bet you would. Yeah.
I'm moving great now. So.
Well, I'll get you back on this because this would be fun later
yeah.
on. But thank
Maybe-
you for doing this again.
Maybe
and,
we can get Noah in here. or
oh my
something.
god, yeah. I
Us
got to
three
get
would-
a new mixer because then I can do more than just 2 people at once.
Yeah,
Because
that'd
that's
be awesome.
That's yeah, that'll be fun.
We have the
Shit.
Paragon boys on here.
Oh my god, yeah.
We're just missing Prime Connor.
Yeah, oh my god. The fastest boy in the
Dude,
Midwest.
fastest boy ever.
Uh-huh. There's a post on Instagram the other day where it was like tag the fastest kid you ever knew in middle school and I was like, that's Connor,
It's Connor.
no matter, I don't care
Dude.
who, I don't give a shit who.
I thought he was gonna go pro in track
Uh-huh.
and field for sure. Like,
He was just
Dude,
I don't know what was in him. He
the
was
fitness gram pacer test was Connor.
just
Fucking
fitness gram Connor test.
dude, for real. Yeah, he's in
God.
Germany right now. He's a
That's
beast.
wild, dude.
Yeah.
Last time I saw him was last summer. Crazy.
Yeah, dude, I haven't seen him in so long.
Mhm.
Holy shit.
Same dude, same face.
Dude, I think,
Unmistakably him.
I think it's been like 2.5 years since I saw him at like a party,
Mm-hmm.
and that wasn't much, you know.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well, right around 2 hours. It's a good podcast length. Thank you again for making the trip out here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely,
Good
dude. Absolutely.
time. Hope
and,
to be back.
And if you listened all the way to this part, I really appreciate you.
Yeah, what a goat.
Hell yeah.
This is just for your ears, you sexy little bastard.
That's right. That's right. You have to keep going.
Yeah. Join us next time.
Next time on Mama's Garage Podcast. Yeah. Peace.
Later.